Welcome, patrons. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, but all fixed now, I hope. Let us know if something's not going right. Audio was good. So if you can't hear us, sorry. Anyways, thank you for joining us. This is our 10th episode of Othmerweizen Tavern, where we just come together and play some Dungeons & Dragons, 5th edition, Homebrew World, Calgernia. It is, I will be using Sirenscape for our music tonight, I'll try to stay focused after a long, hectic day. Right. Sorry, a couple shout-outs there. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to Jerry.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, buds. Thanks. I know you guys watched. That's awesome. Right on. And always shout out to my two heroes there, Angus and Malcolm, man. Guys, keep staying strong, man. Keep staying strong. Without further ado, then, sorry to keep you guys waiting. We do it live on Tuesdays for Twitch and Calgernia, and then it usually by the weekend we have it up on YouTube. And subscribe, just like it, just love it, man. I hope you guys are all enjoying the story so far. I can tell you one thing: it's only going to get crazier from now on. And a shout out to Chat Noir, just because they're awesome. Mm-hmm. All right, enough diddly-daddling around. I will ask who wants to do the recap, and you guys are going to be like, oh, Calvin, just go for it. All right, I'm going to do it. Okay, cool. So, last time, our adventurers were in Aberth. They all got some gifts, either physical gifts or just some knowledge, or went through some rituals, or met some people in shady establishments and made friends. Which didn't seem to be there after you left.
Where do I get my free booze?
I don't know. You're going to have to go back. Once you guys get back to Aberth, you'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Kane wanted to do his ritual at home in his hometown of Aslin.
Yeah, that's going
great. If I pronounce it right. Yeah, that's going great. You guys were led there by your uncle, and I did kind of speed up time just to get us to a certain point so we could start off this session really awesomely. My players are nice enough to go along with what I did. Usually I do let the players try to escape and stuff, but you guys were all understanding and knew the gifs of what I was trying to pull off. But they were just on the outskirts of Aslin, and probably about a half day's travel away at the Farmer's Fork, which is going up the mountainside. One path leads to the town of Slate, the other leads to Aslin, the other one leads to a monastery, which one of the Raquel trained at. That would be the last time you guys could actually look back and see Aberth, just the outline of the towers, the keep, and just the general feel and aura that comes off that place. But yes, as you guys were looking around on your watches, you all got pretty much captive and brought into a, not really too sure where you were brought into a deeper subterranean basement, I guess, where there was, you guys met Lorna, who is apparently Kane's mother, apologized, and flipped the lever as you guys slid down a kind of a offering table, pretty much, a ledge that tilted down and put you guys in front of a big pool of some crimson liquid in it, as Kane was getting baptized in blood, pretty much, by a younger boy, pretty much. And then once Kane had his vision and turned into his new form that he is able to conjure, this child took a silver blade and cut Kane across the chest in his new werewolf form. And lo and behold, while he goes into a rage, there's only 3 sacrifices in front of him, which is Raquel, Graf, and Zook. As Kane emerged from the pool, like I said, in his lichen form.
You remember our friends, right?
You guys are tasked with trying to bring his humanity back. And on that note, because you guys were surprised at the form of Kane, in his new form, Kane, you start off the initiative, and then we'll just go Raquel, Graf, and then Zook.
Oh.
What's
And-
the... What? I fixed it.
Thank you, moderator Paul, and thanks to Paul, who's our
Thanks,
moderator
Paul.
tonight.
Hey, Paul.
Good job, Paul.
Looking good tonight.
All right.
You better call Paul.
So there is a large kind of a half sphere pool, not very deep, deep enough to be waist height, I should say. So yeah, actually it's got some depth to it.
So he's swimming.
Yeah, he'd be swimming in it. You guys are just on the outskirts of this pool, just with the kind of momentum of sliding off this ledge. Kane, you are in a ravage mode, and there's 3 individuals sitting in front of this pool that all seem to be within range. Well, a few feet away from you, but they are all at the same range. So you attack whoever you want to attack. Or should I say, whoever the beast wants to attack.
Good dog. Good dog.
Give yourself a description and what your action is, and just come on, set the scene, man.
Okay.
Right into it.
Oh yeah.
I smell blood.
It's because
And
you're
I-
bathing in it.
Whoever's directly in front of me.
I'm gonna say Raquel would be directly in front of you.
And Zuck would be to the right or left?
Sure.
You're to the
To the right or left? Yeah, we'll say yeah. You'd be on the.
He's on my
right
left,
side.
his
your
right.
left. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You'd be,
you're right.
You're right.
We're together. We're beside each
Yeah, you guys are all 5 feet apart from each other.
Blood.
Yeah, we're all standing there.
Who's bleeding?
What's the distance, Kevin?
For you to get to them,
Yeah.
it's only about 10 feet into the
Okay.
pool. It'd be
I-
rough terrain, so, but with your new speed and shit, you'd be able to get
I
close.
immediately dash forward as fast as I can and swipe my claw across whatever fuzzy being that's in front of me.
All right, so you tread through as this crimson liquid just
Blood.
pretty much at your knee height
Blood.
now, because I think you gain a few inches too. Just in the hulking beast form. So give her.
Okay. Bear with me. First time.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right.
Shit. Right. Okay.
Is he is he
I
is
rolled-
he naked? Or is he still in his armor? Like, how does that work?
He had no armor
The
on.
transformation. No, he would have been in his armor and his gear. And when the transformation took place, you would have saw that the hair just kind of emanates through the holes
Oh,
of
okay.
the armor, and then the armor just kind of gets enclosed in this furry thing, because he does keep all his gear on him
Okay.
Oh, okay.
in transformation. Now, note in the future, there might be times where some creatures, their armor doesn't transform with.
Steal it.
Okay. Cool. So 15 plus would be. What's the bonus?
On your guy?
Yeah, for
Still your
It's actually
rank.
classified as a weapon attack.
Yeah, so it's just your normal
So it'd be
Weapon
plus,
Melee weapon.
Yeah.
So it'd be plus.
your melee
right?
weapon gets transformed into
attack?
claw pretty much. Yep.
Yeah, so it would be +2 plus proficiency, right?
Yeah.
So 4, be 19 to hit.
Yeah, 19 to hit, and you're hitting Raquel, or
Yeah,
is,
no.
That hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1d6 because of my predatory strikes. Is that added to anything? Oh, plus my
Your strength. Strength and proficiency bonus.
5 plus my feral might, which is half of my proficiency bonus, is added to my damage rolls.
Oh my god.
So it'd be 6 damage.
Oh my god.
so what? You just came at him with your claw. All right, that's it. So you
Right
guys
across the chest.
see this large feral beast, just hair matted in crimson liquid, and takes a swipe at Raquel between you two.
Okay.
Everyone just appears fuzzy to my vision.
Sure.
Black shades.
Yep.
Raquel.
Kane, that hurt, you asshole.
Die tonight.
I don't think Kane's quite responsive right now.
I'm just gonna try and just smash him on the head.
Okay.
Drop a bow.
So for him to get up to you guys, he would have just like kind of perched up onto the ledge of this this pool, and then kind of stepped down, and now he's right up in the mix of all of you guys.
18.
So my AC, I don't think changes. So it would be.
I'm just gonna try and knock him
yes,
unconscious.
It does, actually. Where's that? Sorry.
You better be sorry. Come on now. You knew you were gonna be a wolfie.
Just +1. So I have 15 that's with a shield, so it'll be 13.
So
Yeah.
he smokes you.
Yeah.
So you just give him a little rap on
Maybe
the head.
that'll knock some sense into you.
All right. Roll your damage. Nice.
Ooh. Him for 6.
6. So half to 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah. So Raquel, as you make this your martial attack on him, you see the impact hit. It doesn't feel like it really shook Kane at all. He's just kind of still in wolfie form.
Oh.
Would you like to do another attack or?
I'm going to.
Keep hitting them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flurry of blows him now.
All right, do it
Those are
up.
My key points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nat 20
Oh.
and a 2. So one of them hits
Mm-hmm.
for 5 damage plus a nat 20, so 8 damage.
So yeah, we just double
Yeah.
the dice roll and then add your modifier to
So
it.
8.
8, nice.
Half to 4.
Yeah.
And then, because I am a drunken master now, after using
Yes,
my
you
flurry
are.
of blows, I can use the disengage action and get away from this crazy ass
Fuck
wolf.
yeah, you can.
And I'm gonna go
So
towards Zuck.
So how do you do that?
I'm just gonna, after I came across with a backhand, as I look like I'm falling, I'm just gonna kind of catch myself in the water and just kind of swim away.
Oh, you jumped into
Yeah,
the pool
just
now?
kind of fall into the. Well, isn't he fighting me in the pool?
He's kind of stepped out of the pool to get on
Oh.
ground with you guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna fall in and start swimming towards Zuck.
Because you guys are in front of
We're out of the pool?
You guys are out of the pool. You kind of landed in front of it.
Okay, I'm running to
Kane
Zuck.
has come out and now things. So you've done your kind of dance. So now you're kind of
Yeah,
behind.
kind of
Zuck.
just falling over and kind of catch myself in like a cartwheel and just kind of
Perfect.
head
Awesome.
on over to Zuck and get in front of Zuck and kind of keep some distance between him and.
Okay, so you're standing between
Yeah,
him. Okay,
yeah.
excellent. So that's everything.
Zuck, you might want to be careful. Kane's not looking too. Kane.
Hey, Dad. All right, Graf.
So while as soon as I see him try to move out of the way, I'm gonna try and get behind him and just grapple him from behind.
You're gonna try to grapple
I'm
Kane.
gonna try and grapple
Okay. It'll be a strength check versus your dex. Your dex.
My dex?
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys are gonna.
Because I haven't been able to
Strength
checks now.
That you do.
And I count as a size larger with my armor on, so when I'm grappling him, I'm counting as a large creature.
Yeah. So then the grapple of the
So
yeah.
it
Ooh,
just-
large creature on large creature.
So as you guys see, Graf just
Oh.
explain how you're doing it.
So 13. So yeah, I'm just as soon as I see him hit, I'm just gonna try and get around him and
Okay.
try and grab him from behind.
12. So
I'm 13.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you explain it.
Yeah, I just
Paint the
hold,
picture.
hold him up from behind, and I'm just going lay it on him.
All right. So you're gonna
much
hold
all- that's pretty
on
much
your
all I
turn.
do,
You can
yeah.
try to break the grapple. All right, Zuck. The drunken master has fallen in front of you. You see Graf kind of almost go ahead and he grabs Kane. What are you gonna do?
I'd like to walk up to Kane and proceed to punch him in the junk.
All right.
Is that it?
Oh.
The 10.
No.
So technically you are restrained right
you
now.
did.
So hold on.
I'll attack.
Creature speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against this creature have advantage. So you get to roll again.
11!
Oh, 11.
Still no.
I missed.
So I'd like to
So plus your
See, as you
strength, and your
punch-
proficiency.
I don't think I.
Just plus your strength.
Yeah,
He's -1, I think.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So it'd
you'd
be
be
10.
minus 1. Yes.
So you kind of just tuck and look up, and Kane's probably just
Oh,
snarling at you now.
Um,
All right, are you gonna do anything else?
can I tuck and roll under him?
Well, you'd have to roll between Graf's legs and Kane's legs. So I'd probably say
No.
no.
Can I go around him?
certainly can.
I
As long as you stay within 5 feet of him, he can't attack you.
Okay. I'm gonna go on this side of him. Like, I'm sitting here beside him, so I'm just gonna go on the other side of him.
I'm just like holding him.
Yeah. I just want to be on the side of him, not right in front of him.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you shimmy around.
Yeah.
Okay. Kane, you're up then.
And I try and break out of, kind of shrug and break out of this grasp that I'm in.
Oh shit, my mistake. Anyways, I guess you could have used fucking strength last time. My mistake.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can use
strength,
a strength check or dexterity to get out of this.
I'm going to use strength because with Feral Might, I have advantage on strength checks
Yeah.
when I'm a werewolf.
Oh shit! I forgot I could do that. No, I can't do it.
Yeah, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. 18, that's 20. Advantage? Yeah, 20.
I got it. You broke out.
All right.
Oh no.
Is that my action?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, and
Throw
then
him.
I'm going
Throw
to
ya.
Invoke my Blood Maledict on Raquel and... sorry, I think that's
What'd
a
I
reaction. No, I can't do that yet.
Yeah, that's only if he attacks you, I believe.
Well, I did punch him in the face.
I'm going to... Zuck rolled underneath.
Yeah, so
On the
Zook's
side
on the
of you.
other side of you. He's no longer in front of you. You have Graf behind you and this drunken guy in front of you.
I'm going to... I can't, because I can't disengage. 'cause I'm going to turn around and face Graf face to face. And,
All right.
And wait, I guess.
Yeah.
There's not much
Okay,
else I can
so
do,
yeah, he's standing there just huffing and puffing. What do you do, Raquel?
I'm just gonna talk to him for a little bit.
Okay.
Reaction.
Kane, are you in there? There's got to be a piece of Kane that can hear us. We're your friends, remember? We get beat up together.
You don't want to eat me. I smell horrible. Remember?
You can.
We're all going to die.
Oh. Well, I'm just gonna try and knock more sense into you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. 14.
14. Okay, that's good. That if you have a minor action you'd like to do, or a reaction, or sorry, a bonus action, if you'd like to do that, you can.
Just move closer
move?
to him, kind of get in range of him, you know.
All right,
Sh-
even
show him that
closer.
I'm not gonna hit him. Like, just kind of walk up, like, I don't want to fight you.
All right.
You know I'll win.
All right. Well, -5 to that last persuasion check. All right, Graf.
All right, you can just see my mask kind of just open up. Like, if I'm gonna look at him, I'm like, "Are you in there, Kane? Because I really don't want to do this." And you just see my hand start sparking up, and I'm just gonna like jab it in your stomach, and it's just shocking grasp.
Is that a weapon attack?
It's a magic weapon attack.
So I'm gonna.
Well, it's a
use
spell attack.
Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Because it comes through
It's
the
a melee
gauntlet
spell
and you have to
attack.
touch, so it's a
Yeah.
melee spell attack.
Oh, it's not a weapon attack.
Yeah, no,
it
this
is?
will count
Okay,
as a
I'm
weapon
gonna use
attack.
Blood
Because
Curse.
it's his gauntlet if he was casting a spell.
Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Okay. And for those at home?
I
those are
use a
here.
reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack.
Okay, so you'll have
Okay.
disadvantage on this attack.
And he has metal on. I have advantage. If he has.
At
if he
this
has-
moment, the
so
armor
there's
is
no metal?
embedded into
it's
him,
inside,
but it's skin on it, so there's no real metal to it.
Okay, so it's just disadvantage. 14.
That is my AC. I
That's-
mess up the first one. It's actually 14.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, 14, so it hits. You
Yeah.
get a good shock. Roll your damage.
That's 5.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be unconscious. If it's plus anything else, I'll be unconscious.
Yeah, it is. It's 7.
Yeah, okay, I'm unconscious. I only had 6 health.
Oh,
Well, it's halved. No, it's magic, so it's not
Yeah,
halved.
it's not.
Yeah, it's not half.
Magic's
so-
not half.
It's magic. Yeah. Plus, it inhibits you don't have a reaction until your next turn.
Oh yeah, so he wouldn't have been able to.
Well, I can do it before he attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
As soon as the
afterwards, my
attack
next
hits,
turn,
it's
yeah.
no reaction. Yeah. So you just.
Yeah. And then I revert back to my human form.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
My turn?
Christ. Did you know you could do that?
Well, hold on. a
No,
second
like I
here.
said, that's a new one.
Apologize here. Where did it go? Where'd it go?
I just got this shirt.
You don't have shirts. Your pants.
Yeah, but I got a big gash across my chest
That
now.
looks cool, though. The women are going to love it.
Yeah.
The brothels. Think of
All right.
Ah, yes.
So as Kane,
Well, if he ever learns to control it, that'll come in good hands. Come in handy at some point.
He wanted to eat me.
This
Only temporarily.
I don't care.
So your beast form is brought to 0.
Yeah.
You end up your health is at 0, so you are passed out, unconscious at the moment. You hear now that you're kind of looking around, all of a sudden, like a light source comes from behind the wolf and the bear statue, kind of in between them. You hear as portcullises have all opened up now. And now that you're looking around, you can see that there's doorways everywhere in this chamber. And you see the child who slashed Kane across the chest walk over to him. And he kind of is just like...
What the fuck was that?
It was a test.
A test for us or a test for him? Like, we
However-
just got bags over our head and thrown in here, and all of a sudden we have to fight our friend?
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are.
Me? I am Fenris. Son of Rafar, the next in line to take the throne.
That means nothing to me.
Motherfucker.
In line.
Apparently this poor excuse for a blood hunter is my brother. Ahem. I am royalty. Bow!
I'm already bad because I'm taking blood out of the pool, so I'm just...
Hey! Hey! You! Subhuman.
Nice.
corked it. I don't even care. Yep.
Then you hear a voice kind of come up from behind the ledge where you guys were.
I don't like this kid over here.
Fenris, that is enough. Retreat back to your quarters. You can speak with your brother and his companions later. As he kind of walks a little bit further, you can see that he is carrying a torch. This guy has a hair pulled back very tight into a small ponytail, shaved sides, kind of grayish hair to it. Has a goatee with a gray patch going down the chin. A very structural brow, I guess, like very intense look to it. He is dressed in similar armaments to Kane, except it is metal, not leather. And he has a red sash going across his chest. He looks down, sees what has transpired. If you will head to the dining quarters, we will make sure the boy is awoken and brought to you. There a light kind of shines over by the bear statue, and you hear a female voice be like, "This way." She is, you kind of recognize her real quick because you guys saw her before the bags went over your head. It is Trentha. I'm pronouncing that right? All right. Yeah, she has the shaved sides of the head too as well. The hair kind of slanted over to one side. She is a very bulky lady, but very attractive to her. She has a torch going. She waves you guys on this way. herself is wearing more or less like Kane's armament, the leather, black across, a lot of gold buttons going down the side. You can see a claw symbol on her holding a nether sash. That is a not as bright red. Sorry, it's a brighter red than what Renfair was wearing. She leads you down a corridor. I don't know why that's not playing here.
We're not going into another test here, are we?
Before we leave.
Why? Are you afraid of tests?
I just don't appreciate them out of nowhere.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. I know where the Great Hall is. The
Yeah.
dining hall. Yeah. That place is safe.
Okay.
Well, normally.
You have been brought down here?
Maybe at one point I meant. Maybe. No. Not to the
Huh.
dining hall?
Something
Oh.
Father
Gonna
should
give me
know.
shit. Thanks, bro.
All right, so she leads you up a spiral staircase. The place to this is all like a grayish, gray stone, large stone, not bricks, but just large stone squares in the walls, going up. A lot of red banners that are hanging with the symbol of that you've seen Kane wear. Yeah, you've had it. Yeah, you've shown them before, but it's his house sigil. So you're starting to kind of piece together that you're in you're in Kane's abode.
You're that Kane's abode.
So well, yeah, is
No.
is
That's right.
It doesn't look like it.
sorry. I'm a little hungry. Okay,
So welcoming.
so they bring you to through some corridors and then Trentha kind of looks over you, Raquel, and is like, well, if you're so comfortable, you know how to get to the dining hall from here.
I just walk off.
All right, so yeah, you walk up. Roll a survival
Does he
check
look-
for me.
Does he look like he knows where he's going?
I don't know. Roll an insight check.
Can we follow
I got
him?
I got an 18. Does Raquel know? Raquel, do you know where you're going?
A 9.
A 9. Yeah, you're a little familiar. You take the wrong turn at one point, come to a dead end of doors, and you're like, oh shit, it was the
He's
other
lived
way.
in the street. I would sneak him into the
Yeah, so he's been around.
without my family knowing.
Yeah.
Why is that not playing? I'm sorry. Apologize, music's all off. Apologize. One cockeyed here. Sorry. This is not supposed to be happening.
Come on, music.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not cooperating with me right now. Anyway, so you guys, Raquel takes you through a kind of like a left, right. Ah, shit, back to right. But as you're going through this place, you get the sense now when you're on the top floors of this establishment, or not establishment, but of this building. From where you came from, it seems like everything's been almost reinforced, like it's almost a dungeon below. But as you're in these top floors, it's more or less like a cathedral, very church-like. Similar. There's a lot of murals on the roofs, but there is a common theme of just dark, very eerie and quiet. You don't really hear much activity. But this place is very spacious. A lot of corridors and different chambers. You guys do finally arrive at this large wooden rectangular table that looks like it can seat quite a few people. There is candles on the table, as well as some fresh made food, and some goblets of drinks that are there. No one seems to be sitting at the table. There is the 2 chairs at the very end of the table, and then there's like little chairs in between it. The 2 chairs, sorry, it'd be 4 in total, but the 2 chairs closest to the end chairs are the bigger ones. The end chairs are bigger, and then these other 2 that are close to it are similar in size, just a little bit smaller, and then it looks like normal chairs. One thing. There we go. Now it's playing. All right, excellent.
Not really.
As you're walking through, getting to these place, there is a lot of mounted animal heads to the walls. Different wolves. You see some bears, and they're not just like normal size. These things are like quite large, like they're almost a size bigger than normal animals. Roll a perception check for me here before everyone sits down.
Oh boy.
4.
Party's not.
7.
You guys are focused on this walk with me.
Yeah,
Tim is shaking. He doesn't
11?
like this.
No, he wouldn't.
Graf, you'd notice at one point kind of, and there's a large fireplace behind the end of the table, behind one of the big chairs. You can assume that you guys, actually, I don't know if you've ever been to noble places, but it looks of a place of importance to sit. There is a fireplace, and with seeing all the heads, Graf, it does look at one point there might have been something hanging above the fireplace. It's just kind of catches your eye because of just the different coloration of the stonework. It looks like there might have been something mounted above this fireplace.
Just like a plank that may have something there. Or is
It
just
looks
shape
very
or something?
similar to like the
there's a desk out.
taxiderm.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
So it
an
looks like there
outline
was-
kind of the stone being very dark, and then also it's very light in the middle of it. It looks like it was a big plaque of some sorts of. All the other ones are wood with the animals peering over the table. Food has been prepared, but there is nobody around at the moment. What do you guys like to do? There are some paintings hanging on the wall too, as well.
Don't give them free rein. They're idiots.
Well,
Well, no, this
Shall we
is
grab a
why
seat?
I give them free reign.
I wanna look around at some of the paintings.
Where are we going? Like, what's the plan here? You know what's going on, Raquel? Because
Where are we?
I don't know. I'm usually not allowed here in the day.
It's true.
Although it's just as dark as day as it is at night. Very
It's night
black
and
in
day
here.
right now.
It'll be very late in the evening.
Well, I'm gonna have a seat and just wait like we were told. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
I'm gonna have through telepathy, I'm gonna tell Jane just to do a quick scan of this room and expend 2 charges. I think it's 2 charges. No, it's 1 charge.
Fancy. This is new. Exciting.
Or no, it is 2 charges.
Jane glows a bit.
You guys just see like just this thing, this orb, just pop out and start hovering beside me.
Yeah, okay, it's
Yeah.
hovering, so it is
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah, I wasn't being
Oh.
secretive about it, but
It scans and will. It will say that there is an error occurring. I cannot read this area. Magical protection, I assume, or presume.
thank you,
Kind of
Jane.
pulses, but I will continue trying.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just
This is delicious. What am I drinking?
Tastes like some very expensive wine.
After I finish one glass, I just move to the next.
Oh yeah, there was 4 filled, and there's just a plate of some type of meat that's sitting there. You're not. Looks like a meat pie of some sorts. There is a bird, a poultry, like a turkey sitting there too, as well as some. There would be some type
Major
of
Tom.
beef sitting there too. Very rare.
In between drinks, I'm gonna just pick away at some stuff.
Okay, cool. As you guys sit there and wait, Kane,
Yes.
you awaken to
Easy stress now.
see.
Yes.
You awaken to see a somewhat tall lady. Lorna. You see your mom as your vision kind of comes in. You see her there with her long black robe on, hood up, with her little headdress necklace on, large kind of fur shoulders that is part of the robe as well, and then sort of keeping the, I guess it would be a sort of cape or something behind her, but keeping that together is the family sigil, the claw. And then she's, you just hear her say, "Oh, my poor boy."
Oh. What happened?
You took to the ritual as we expected. Your father, on the other hand, thought it would be best to maybe test your loyalty since you have not been here some time.
My loyalty to
The
to
family.
What did you make me do?
We didn't make you do anything. Fenris decided it would be best if
Is that the little twerp?
he is your brother.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
He is immature, but shows great potential. Your father has taken a liking to him. He has proved himself quite capable for such a young age. His sister, on the other hand, is very mischievous and troublesome. I do worry for her. Who else have you told you'd be coming here to do
Sister.
your ritual?
Another sister?
Yes, with my fortunate bloodline, I am
Twins.
prone to have twins. Like your sisters before you.
Yes, what?
And your brother and other
What's
sister.
her name?
Fenrin.
Fenrin and Fenris.
Yes. Named after the great wolf.
Yes. Of course.
Your friends are eating. Hopefully, they've just been told to wait for you in the dining hall.
Not
We
some
will
of us.
rejoin with them.
His father in good humor.
I'm just staring at the door.
Your father is
I'm scared.
concerned.
About my arrival.
Yes, it comes at a very interesting time. Coincidental, maybe.
Fenrin.
To what?
Not dick.
Something he will
Fenris.
maybe explain to you.
I knew coming back here was a bad idea.
It's not that bad. You will learn. They,
He's the first to die.
of course, we still love you,
Little dick kid is what I
but just your disappearance and coincidence of your disappearance with something else happening has made your father quite worried and very. He frowns upon the situation that has transpired over the last couple of years.
And how have you been, mother?
I am all right.
You look well.
Why, thank you. Roll an insight check for me, actually, while you're looking at her this close.
Let's do that, man.
5.
Beautiful. She almost looks a little bit younger. But she says,
Lorna does get better looking.
well, I know your father has something he'd like you to do now that you're in town, and we'd like that taken care of first. After dinner and such, and maybe tomorrow, at the new dawn, you can carry out this request he has.
I'm not even home for more than a day. You're already sending me out?
And you've been gone for so long, and so much needs to be done.
I forgot how things worked around here.
Some things change, some things don't. He's more. I can tell you that your father's just more concerned where your loyalty lies, either with the Quiver or with us. Why did you
Why
come
is
here
he-
for your ritual? It can be done at the Quiver.
Did my uncle not show up?
Your uncle?
Yeah.
Yes, he did show up. Unfortunate for him.
What do you mean? What did you do?
We did do nothing. He has lost sight of his humanity. The beast within him has taken hold, and we will pacify him.
What?
You know of the consequences of being a blood hunter. Sometimes what we
I
hunt,
saw him not 2 days ago. He was fine.
it can come that quickly. Maybe with the changing of the
Can I-
red moon.
Can I check insight on her?
Again? Sure.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see if she's like
Go ahead.
kind of sugarcoating it. Like
Go ahead.
she didn't have a hand in this.
Thanks, Luke.
Insight, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15.
Sugarcoating's a good word. You doesn't.
Under my-
It doesn't seem like she's lying to you. It's
Under
just
my-
that she's telling you what, for all she knows. I guess you get the sense that maybe she might not know everything, but that's what she thinks is happening. if that makes sense to you.
Oh, okay.
Like she's saying it, but she might be leaving some stuff out, or she might have not been told everything. So,
do I get the sense? Well, maybe that's
What?
for me.
No,
to
you can
pick.
ask.
No, that's,
You can
no, that's
decipher.
probably for
you'll have
me.
some time. You're in
I
town
just
now.
want to know because the whole thing is the corruption, right?
Yeah.
Does she seem
Yeah.
different than her normal self to me? That's all.
No.
I guess that's.
She seems like herself. Just they haven't been around her in some time, so you're just trying to figure stuff out.
Seem as mothery.
She's always loved you and babied
Yeah.
you a bit, but
That's okay.
she seems endearing and caring to you right now. But
That's terrible.
yes,
He's a good man.
he was. Your father has taken it to heart very.
What of his other siblings? Are they succumbed
You-
to
Your other uncles?
and aunts? Yes.
From all I know, is they are good at their cathedral. Maybe your father would like you to go visit them and check up on them, just because your uncle has succumbed to his inner animal. Maybe you'd need to go check on them to make sure that they are still of human nature.
Very well.
But yes, feel free, get yourself cleaned up, and unfortunately your room is no longer yours, but we have a quarters for you. I believe your father, for the meantime, will not be letting your friends stay here within the cathedral. We have set up places for them to stay in the town.
When do I get to talk to father?
I believe at dinner time he will talk to you.
Has he mistreated you at all?
No, never.
Good. Very well.
Okay.
I'll clean up. I'll see you
So
at dinner.
you are in kind of an area where there is a basin and some. You look to be in some type of room. A living quarters room. There's mirrors there, fancy silverware for candles and whatnot.
I get the idea that this room, even though it's kind of like a guest area, it's probably still nicer than a lot of other establishments.
Oh, that you guys have seen so far
Yeah.
since you've left? Oh yeah, no, they your parents
Still-
are fucking loaded.
Yeah.
Still a lot of things. Well, roll a perception check just to take a look in.
I just fucked that up. Perception. Now I'm rolling good.
Yeah.
20.
20. Things
good when you slash
to
me
take
across
a
the
note
chest.
of the room.
Yeah.
You know, as even though blood hunters, well, especially the orders of the lichen, they do burn sages and other stuff. Even though it is kind of a ward to the lichens, because you are just a blood hunter under your control. It's kind of a safety measure to keep you in line. So usually wolfsbane would be being burnt in most of every room in the cathedral. You can see where the incense was burning at one point. Not at one point, but you can see that there's a ash and kind of a blackness to it. But some dust to it. It doesn't look like it's been lit in some time. Other thing of notice is your family sigil is around in this room. But as a kid, 18, yeah. As a kid, you'd recall that, yeah, your family sigil would be in a lot of rooms, but there would also be the sigil of your Pathian. But you don't see any of them around.
Interesting. I want to walk up to the mirror
Uh-huh.
and
No
look-
reflection. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, that would have been awesome.
What?
My mistake. I'm getting carried away.
The most conflicted character.
Yeah.
Just kind of look at my arms and kind of flex them
Mhm.
and just feel the difference in my.
You feel your
Strength.
blood pulse more like when you're trying to focus in on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can almost feel like your blood boil as you're like just checking yourself
Start
out. You can
shaking
feel
a
this inner rage that's there now. That's this feral sense, but it's small, nothing out of control.
I just say in the mirror to myself, "What did I do?"
Would our pins not be working because we're in that room? Because I would have tried and get over
The
Kane.
stonework here, he's not too far actually from where you guys are. He's just about up the steps. So yeah, you could probably communicate with him right now if you tried.
It's like, Kane, you awake yet? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, your brother's a dick.
Yes, he is a dick. What did he
Come-
make me do to you?
Call me subhuman.
Just a long pause.
What did he make me do
Kane,
to
are
you?
you still there? Hello?
I'm still here. What did he make me do to you guys?
Well, you almost ate me.
You just started attacking us.
Oh my!
Did you know you were a werewolf?
I knew I would become one. Yes.
Thanks for the heads up.
I didn't feel it was necessary to let you know. I didn't know they were going to pin me against you.
I guess in hindsight, yeah, it would have been nice to know.
You'd know in most rituals when they do that, it's literally they offer up a serving for the person to eat, and it's usually an animal. This is
Right.
You've never
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
of
That's-
them doing something like this.
Usually, it's some kind of hindquarters of an animal that's raw. That's offered up to the transformation. But
Well,
this is new, and I have a feeling it has to do with what the Oracle was talking about.
your
So-
family sure knows how to put a good welcoming out.
Just be patient, be kind, don't do anything rash, because they will eliminate you.
Right. We'll follow your lead here, Kane. Cause
Thank you. We don't
Out
want
of
more
our-
trouble than we
it's
have.
definitely out of our depths here.
Tim's shaking.
Yeah.
Tim's
shaking.
not.
I'm shaking
Tim,
with Tim.
Tim's not liking
We're
this place
both
at all.
shaking.
All right.
I'll be down shortly.
Tim feeds off my energies.
I'd like to just examine that one spot that I noticed on the,
Okay,
on the
sure.
fireplace, like an investigation, I guess.
Yeah. Now that you're looking at it more, an investigation.
Poor Dante. He's a good guy.
He's not dead. He's around.
He's around.
18.
Dante?
18.
D'Antonio?
Or 17. Sorry.
17.
Yeah.
It's enough to like your suspicions are right now that you're looking at it. It looks like whatever was hanging here must have been moved. Maybe your best guess would be about probably at least a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Sure.
Something was moved. It does have a very similar properties to the other plaques with the heads attached to it, taxidermy, except this one's large. Like this one is bigger than all the rest. With that, you'd tell. Actually, yeah, with 18, that'd be enough. You'd see that, however it was taken down, it might have been done forcefully because some of the stonework has been carved into, like. You can see like 4 on each side. Something must have grabbed it and ripped it off the wall.
Do I have... my father didn't put like an escort outside the room or anything.
Mhm.
I'm free range around the
Mhm.
cathedral.
Yeah, at this moment.
I would like to go and check probably their bedroom. I want to try and see if I can spot this artifact that's missing.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming it's not out on display. I don't
Probably
know.
not. No. You
is
don't know what the artifact looks like. There's only
Oh.
one of your companions that would know what it looks like,
Okay, before... Right.
if he remembers.
Yeah. Look,
But so sorry. Are you still going to go to the bedrooms?
I'm gonna talk to Raquel first.
Okay.
But I plan on.
Is
venturing.
there incense in the room that we're in as well burning?
No.
Raquel?
Okay.
But you don't know about what he's.
I know,
But yeah, there's no incense burning there. There would be, with Graf kind of walking around, looking around, you being an alchemist and playing around with herbs and such, you can see that there. It's hard to hide it because there are places where it looks like stuff would have been burning there all the time. Like there is ash still sitting there, and there's the soot kind of against the wall, making it black. It looks like at one point there in this room totally. That looks like there would have been about 8 places where this stuff would have been burned, and it's all perpendicular to itself.
Raquel.
Oh, hey, Kane. Welcome back.
I was talking to you guys earlier.
Oh, I was drinking some of this fantastic wine.
Perfect. It's right where I need you. Do you remember what that artifact looked like from your monastery?
I don't know.
Roll a intelligence check, see if you can remember.
You don't remember.
Oh, God.
That's
You
appropriate.
you know it to see it, but you can't remember exactly what artifact because you saw a lot of cool artifacts.
Can you show
But
me?
you kind of maybe remember if you saw it.
I'm sure if I could find it, I'd remember it, but I'm drawing a blank right now.
Oh, we'll worry about it after. Oh, also, by the way, my name's not actually Kane.
Yeah, we heard some about a Robin.
Robin.
Oh, sorry if I did that wrong.
Nope.
No, Lorna didn't say your name? Good. Oh, yeah, she just said my child. That's
Yeah.
right, sorry.
No,
trying to make a
they
mental
never-
note.
The only person who said Robin was
You're his
Your
little
sister.
brother.
Fenris.
Yeah,
Fenris.
Fenris.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Robin.
what do we call you then? Do you want Kane, Robin,
It won't matter. They know me as both, but
Robbie? I'm just kidding,
I
Kane.
just start walking.
Okay, start walking. You know where the dining hall is, and you know,
Zuck
kind
is
of
my real name, though. Just to let you know.
off to the one side would be the living quarters that would go that would house your sisters, your family, and everybody who lives there. You know, deeper in the basement there is places for soldiers and stuff to sleep. People of the watch, of the order would sleep. Yeah. So
Yeah, I make my way to the
Dining
dining
hall.
hall.
So you see these guys kind of looking around, Graph looking over
Okay,
the fireplace.
What are these burners? Pointing to the incense burners.
They burn incense in them.
For what? Just regular incense? Why do you need so many burners in a room filled with food?
Why are you so inquisitive
I don't know.
about burners?
Just curious.
Have you never been in a place that burns candles?
Yes, but it doesn't look like regular candles are
No,
burned in
it
those.
burns incense, so it smells nice in here.
I don't smell it.
Because it's not burning.
Oh, what kind of incense do you normally burn in it?
Wolfsbane.
What does that do? I'm curious.
I just can't.
Did you pay attention in your studies?
Yeah, it what's the word? Sedates? No. No, it helps
Yeah,
tame
City works. Yeah.
helps tame the inner beast inside of us.
These are huge hints we should have known so long ago.
I don't like to talk about my family. You can see
Very
for
well.
good reasons.
Yes,
that's
I do see that.
I don't want people to know my my history, because I feel like I'll be judged.
And I just turn
what if-
over towards Robin. Just like,
the
well,
one-
you kind of left obvious. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you got some big claws, dude.
Jeez, I owe you a beer for that one.
Oh, I finished all this wine. It's okay.
Perfect.
Hey, Kane, what do you make of this missing piece right here? It looks like something was ripped down off this wall here. You remember what was up here?
It needed to be refinished. People poking around at a new place of.
Father. I bow. I look at everyone else.
Is it father?
About to.
It is father standing there, and plus a boy that is beside him.
How about while holding
Yeah,
Tim's
feathers.
suit
if
of the
Kane bows, I would bow too.
Yeah.
Raquel's just like kind of like.
And I say, don't sit down until he sits down.
Raquel
No,
stands
no,
up and
man.
waits.
Fenris keeps an eye on you, Raquel, as
fucking know that twerp.
Renfar makes his way to the main table, and he's like,
It's
"Sit,
Rayfar.
It's Rayfar.
Rayfar."
It's okay.
Sorry,
Renfar actually sounds cool.
been a long day.
We can call him
Renfar.
Renfar.
Renfar,
No, it's
Renfar.
It is canon.
For fuck's sake,
Renfar.
just
Renfar.
Shh. All right, sit.
Renfar. I switched it.
I'll sit.
Nice.
He sits at the big end of the table with the fireplace behind him.
I'm pretty heavy. Those
The
chairs.
boy,
I
the
climb
boy
up on the chair.
stands for a second and watches you guys all sit, and then he just kind of, then he sits down beside.
Beside who, the king?
Yeah, he sits beside Renfar.
Your dad is though.
What was that?
It's good to see you again, Father. It's been some time.
Is it?
Yes.
That is good to know. So, Robin, my child,
I'm like shaking in my seat.
what has brought you back
Put my hand on your
to
shoulder.
Aslan?
Do it.
The ritual
That was it?
To see my family. I haven't seen you in quite a few years.
And you leave without saying goodbye?
I needed that. I needed to know what it was like outside these walls.
And you couldn't ask for maybe a extended leave to leave in the middle of your training?
I admit I may have gone about it the wrong way, but I do
Ah,
say that my intentions were pure.
Kane is pretty headstrong.
yes, this
Why do you lean in to talk to them?
this Cain name, this alias you go by, has quite the reputation. I'm glad you did not tarnish our name by attaching it to your family name.
Of course not.
And from what I've heard, you left in search of a friend that you've found now.
I did. And he was found.
Ah,
And what were you up to that made my son leave? Did he
Oh.
have to come save you from some peril?
it's usually quite the opposite. I'm usually saving him. Looking after your son, making sure nothing happens to your heir to the throne.
Well, that is up for discussion.
Oh no.
Sits back for a second,
That's your cow.
takes a little sip of his wine, and swashes it a bit, and then kind of just sets it down. Sitting very proper until he puts his elbows down on the table and just kind of takes you all in for a sec.
I haven't eaten a bite yet. I'm just like waiting for him to make the first move.
So,
already eaten.
now that the ritual has been done, are you coming back to the order, or are you with them exaggerated sellswords of the quiver?
I'm just gonna start eating now.
Nervously.
Stress eat.
Basically.
Something troubling you, gnome?
Nope.
That
Nothing.
It's pretty good corn.
I would like to come back to the family, but it depends on how you feel, Father. Because your word is law.
Still a little bit of a kiss ass. So you're going to abandon the quiver, like you abandoned us for some time, and you just expect to come back here and what? Are you wanting the throne?
I want to prove myself for the throne. I don't come back expecting it's mine.
Well, Fenris seems dead set that the throne should be given to him since he has not abandoned us. But I've told him there is an order to things, an order to the way of life. If you want to prove yourself, this is admirable. You realize you've made a mistake and you want to make amends. We have some business to take care of in Aslan. Some people do not know their place anymore. For the time being, Fenris will look after you and appoint you of the tasks I need completed.
Oh, shit.
If you get these done in
Sorry,
time,
Father.
interruption, yes?
Fenris is going to tell me what to do.
I'm glad you heard it exactly as I said. Perfect. Fenris is quite capable. He has been training since he was able to walk. He stuck with his training. He has not veered at all. He does not get distracted by playful negligence and curiosity from some of your company. But yes, if you can take the jobs that Fenris gives you with seriousness and respect and get them completed, then we will talk again. For now, I have some matters to attend to.
Father, before you leave, what happened to Uncle Dante?
None of your concern.
Okay.
He gets up and pushes his chair back and walks away. Fenris stands up real quick and does a bow.
I get up and bow.
Bow again, get up and bow. I'm just following whatever Kane does. I'm doing.
Pick my nose.
You all bow, or are you just gonna stand? Do a little quick bow.
No, I stand and bow and say thank you for your hospitality.
I do a very slight bow.
Nice hospitality.
Jesus.
Okay.
They can one bite me. I'm like a one bite brownie to them.
Yeah, you are.
Literally.
You all bowed. Okay.
Raquel doesn't.
So,
Probably doesn't.
He's still mucking.
they're
for
kind of used to
He's
you,
just
Raquel.
drinking. He's like, oh shit, where'd your dad go?
You're just.
Fenris waits. Fenris waits until your father leaves the room. Fenris very gracefully stands up, adjusts his armor, takes a
How
step
old is he?
over. From your guess, 9 to 10. Like, he's young. This kid, and
He's half of my age.
and he half your age. I thought you were 20.
Yeah, we're in our
yeah,
mid-20s.
you're
9?
Yeah,
That's-
9, 10.
That's half.
Okay.
Well, more than half.
More than half.
More than
I'm just.
Oh, yes.
I'm just
Yeah,
But
I
the
know.
way he carries himself and how fast he cut you across the chest, you guys would even seem like lightning fast. This kid has he has a little bit of
Let's
a
say we killed
talent.
him.
But anyways, as he stands very elegantly, adjusts his armor, pushes his chair back, takes a step over, sits in your father's chair, and sits down. Grabs the goblet of wine, slams it back.
I'm gonna pick up a piece of turkey and throw it at him.
I.
Okay, roll a attack roll.
I.
Oh, attack roll. Oh, okay.
Because you're throwing something at him. It's a
Well,
throwing
Oh,
weapon.
yeah. On that 20.
Wow.
I was gonna try and catch it out of the air and stop it, but I
Hits
don't
him
think.
square in the face enough that he's
Oh,
like,
for fuck's sakes!
I don't think that's your seat. Now is it? It's true.
Brother, know your patience.
don't talk to me like you know who I am, bitch.
Don't talk to me like you know who I am.
I'm going to tell Father all about this, and he's going to know everything. I was going to give you something real easy to do, but now guess what? I recall a friend of yours here in town, been not so much friendly to our family, but he used to look after you from what I've been told. Place you can lay low when shit's hitting the fan. Well, guess what? Helkin is an enemy of Zalber. You are to go to Helkin. He has a stash of silver weapons hidden from us, and he needs to be brought and accounted for, all of them. And if he won't give them to you, you bring him back here, and we get to put him in the dungeon.
It will be done.
Good. What are you still standing around here for?
Waiting to be
Waiting
dismissed.
to be this.
Oh, so some of you do have some fucking manners.
Sometimes.
Kind of cut.
Fucking God.
Sorry, speak up, little one.
Said sometimes.
Oh, think you have the right to talk to me?
You talked to me, so I just answered.
Stop.
All they said about you is right. You're not worthy of the family name. You should just go back to your little quiver. Quiver. Who the hell even uses
Fenris,
what?
what happened to Uncle Dante?
He was put in his place, like everyone who goes against us.
What do you mean?
Maybe if you get this done, I'll tell you more. And keep your friends in line.
Helkin, yeah.
They should bow to you and work for you. Put
Yeah,
leashes on your little bitches.
Sorry. I'm not laughing in character. I'm laughing at the character.
I ain't into that.
I know it's late. You can sleep if you want to.
I get more use out of them when they're friends.
Yeah, that's right. Use them. And then when you're done with them, just throw them away.
I mean, you are different.
I fucking hope so.
I hope so as well. Can I go?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Every fucking muscle in my body does not want to fucking bow, but I fucking bow to the fucking quiver.
As you do that, he's like, that's right. Crosses his arms, sits there, and just eye fucks the shit out of Raquel.
And
There's some like greased chicken still on his face. He hasn't wiped it away.
And
Just
fucking walk out of the room.
okay.
I guess
Leave you guys there. You guys can come. I'm fucking pissed.
Alright, I guess we go with him. I'll just get up and follow him.
Stand up, bow, just scurry after him.
Fuck.
I'll follow him.
Enjoy
Alright.
enjoy your
I hope
ramen.
my fucking sister's more normal than that fucking freak.
His dick.
Fucking Raquel. I told you.
So,
Fucking fuck around.
once you
Now we're gonna
go, you leave the
Dude,
dining hall.
Pelican.
Once you
Uncle will be
leave,
fine. He always is.
once you leave,
fucking figure something out.
once you leave the dining hall area, you know there is a corridor to go back to where your chambers, where it kind of wraps back around to your chambers for where you guys to sleep, or for where you to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is right
Oh, okay.
nighttime.
So
This
we're
is
not
because you
doing
guys
this right
got
now.
caught midday, brought in. And by the time everything went transpired, it's still pretty
So
late
he wasn't
at night.
expected done throughout the night. He wants this done tomorrow, kind of thing.
It's up to you. He did mention it should be done immediately, but if you need to sleep, you guys can sleep first.
Okay, I think we should sleep.
How's Elkin?
I don't want to.
Kind fellow?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, the most kind fellow.
I'll meet you guys.
Is he a werewolf too?
No.
Thank God.
I'll meet you guys tomorrow. And
All the werewolves live
Are
here.
we not
Well,
staying
most
here?
of
at the
we
normal
stay?
spot.
Normal spot.
You know where we're going?
Raquel
Yes,
knows
go
where
ahead.
you guys are staying.
Yeah, Raquel knows
I-
the inn.
I'm going to
And apparently things have already been taken care of for you, so they know where you're staying.
I'm going to bed. And before I go to sleep,
Yeah.
when I get into my room, I
Oh,
want
once
to,
you get to your room,
Uh-oh.
you actually see that Fenris is going in there.
Oh my god.
Like, is he sneaking in or?
No, this is his room now.
Oh no, sorry. I meant my. I didn't mean.
No, I'm just saying, out of habit, you probably would have
Oh,
went to where
yeah.
you stayed,
Yes,
and this
that's
is where you would have
right.
realized that Fenris now stays in your room.
He doesn't see me. I
He points down the chamber, and you know that there's kind of like a spiral staircase to the older
meet.
place. Another spiral staircase that leads to kind of perfectly underlined of where the rooms are, and there's kind of like the helps stay.
yeah.
You have the master help room.
I want to meet his twin sister.
Yeah.
I go up to the room.
So it'd be right across. Well, you assume that would be where
Right.
your
And
sisters
I-
were. No answer. You can ask Fenris if you want to find out where your sister is. Go ahead. Ask. I like Fenris. Just kidding. No, yeah, it's up
no,
to you.
I knock on
Fenris
the
would have told you where to
I
go.
knock on the door.
And you don't want to talk to Fenris
Yeah.
again? So what?
Where's your twin sister?
Who fucking knows? She's all over the place. She's supposed to stay and be obedient. Lucky thing she has skills that can prove usefulness.
I'm just curious. I've never met her before.
I don't know where she is. Do you want me to babysit you while you're here?
No. Good night.
Good. Door
Wow.
shuts right in your face. And the doors aren't like archway doors. They're all like kind of almost go to a point. All the doors that shut. You're used to it.
Okay. I don't want to disturb anyone else.
Okay.
And I go to the quarters. And when I get into the quarters,
Yeah.
I want to.
You can see that the bed. You've been in this room before. Like it's for the headmaster of help. This has now been kind of repurposed now to fit your needs. A fancier bed,
I want
very
to
comfortable.
survey the room to
Okay.
make sure that I'm not being spied on.
All right,
best
roll
I
an,
can.
roll an investigation check.
6.
Not from there is a window to the room, that faces over the graveyard that is beside the cathedral.
Ooh.
You are on the second floor now.
I want to peer out into the graveyard.
peer out the
Is there a
graveyard.
freshly dug grave?
That's very specific.
My uncle.
No,
specifically.
don't see them. Most of the graves there are tombstones, regular ones, but there are more. Is it mausoleum? Is the word I'm thinking of? Not mausoleum. Yeah, mausoleum. Like there's
mausoleum.
graves there. There's like places where you can go inside them and things like that, but you don't see anything new or anything that's been overturned.
I press my pendant and cover my mouth and kind of whisper into it. I'm assuming that they can still probably hear. Like,
Yeah, because you're above there.
Can
Sorry,
you do telepath.
You have to, if you're speaking, you can speak a little bit. They hear it all telepathically, but in
Right,
order to
okay.
talk into the pin, you have to say
Like
it.
how
It can be a
loud?
whisper. It can be a
Okay.
whisper.
So I'm gonna cover my mouth.
It'd
and
like
I'm
be
gonna
whispered
say-
into this mic, like
Right.
getting right close.
I'm gonna cover my mouth and say, "Don't talk about outside of this place what we're here for. Truly, my family will be watching you like hawks, or in this case, wolves." And that's all I say. I don't expect an answer, and I go to bed.
Anything
Okay.
we should walk? Do you just like stop talking?
Just
I-
cuts out,
everything we-
pins off.
Yeah, no, Kane's pretty upset. He needs some time.
Have any
I
old
leave
alchemy
the. Was it a
books?
necklace that I got from you?
It's a pendant.
I'm gonna leave that on my person when I go to bed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, because she
Good.
wants to communicate to me through dreams.
If you wanted to, if you want to open, if you'd like to welcome her into your dream, she told you. I believe I hope I told you guys, but it's like you put it underneath your pillow or
Oh,
beside
no,
you while
yeah,
you sleep.
She did say that.
I did.
Yeah?
Okay, good. I
Okay,
just
well,
gotta make
that's what I would do then.
All right, so you want her to, yeah, it's kind of just allows her access to,
Right.
if she can, she'll come
Yep.
to your dream.
Perfect. That's what
You
I-
guys, Raquel will, if his memory serves him
Oh,
correctly,
Dirty boys without Kane in his
Uh,
hometown.
you'd lead, you'd
we're
lead
going
them
now.
to the Hollow Inn.
Ah, yes.
Yes, the Hollow Inn. Before you even get in, well, no, just as you get inside, one of the
People might recognize you.
one of the help from behind the tavern comes up to you, and he's a shaggier looking kind of guy, kind of compared to what you just witnessed inside this big cathedral area. He looks more of like almost a beggar of somewhat. But sees you and he's like, "Oh yes, as told about you guys. Your room's around back. Just go in there. Please do not disturb any of our customers at this moment. We are told just to make you go to your rooms. I apologize for any. In the morning, you can come have breakfast with us if you'd like. But yes, please just go around back. There's the storm doors at the back, and you can just go in."
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Let's do it.
All right, all you guys roll perception checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
14.
15.
16.
Once again, Graph, you're the only one who notices this, but there is a very small humanoid, from what you can see in the dark. Sorry, I skipped the description of it. You guys kind of outside being from the first place. So the cathedral itself sits on kind of a raised plateau of rock, and there is a large river beside it, or there seems to be some kind of water source that is under the castle itself, or the cathedral, sorry, I'm going to say. One runs off into a waterfall kind of area. The other one is a stream that goes off, and you can see these large pine trees that are all pushed up in the mountain. You guys are at a higher elevation up here. Even in the night air, it does, what's the word I'm looking for here? But you smell, the air is very fresh but dry at the same time because of the elevation. You guys are surrounded by mountains. The sky at night right now is just a blanket of stars, with the moons themselves now kind of going. You've been watching them all kind of line up for the last little bit. Now they all seem to be drifting apart again. It is neat with the mountain range around, just because you're seeing the silhouettes of it. There are 4 predominant peaks that look like almost like wolf heads, all howling, 2 on this side, 2 on your eastern side, and 2 on the western side. And the way they're all set up, even though not at this moment, the red moon itself is a little higher than it is, but it looks like at one point, maybe there might be a day soon, that the moon would actually set and it looked like all these wolves were howling towards the center moon of the red moon. It just looks like the trajectory of it looks like it's going to head that way. As well as you see a lot of lamp posts that are set up very what's the time frame I'm looking here for? Revolutionary, I guess. Renaissance. There's revolutionary. But yes, they have a light yellow glow to them, almost like a tinge of green with the glass that's surrounding it. You see the familiar clock tower that is actually standing up there with its yellow face just illuminating the air. It's just very eerily to walk through here. Everything's really quiet. There's not really people coming and going. But the Hollows Inn is very close to the center of town. There you see a familiar statue of this gentleman. It is a man sitting there with a long beard, riding a steed. But the steed itself, the mane of the steed, almost looks like fire. But it's all made of stone. But it just cuts up, looks like a fire. You're not. I don't know if Kane ever told you about it back in the day, but you don't really know. Well, you can roll a history check to see who this guy is.
A 7.
7. It's dark. You're kind of maybe giving them a tour, like, oh yeah, statue. And anyways, the Hollows Inn is kind of right there in the main square. So as you go around there, but as you guys are going around to the storm doors, you see very creepy. There is a very pale girl with long black hair down to about her shoulders. It looks like she's trying to be very stealthily and hiding, and she's just kind of staring at you guys. And then once you kind of look over at her, she ducks down behind a building and kind of takes off. She's dressed very similar to let me pull up her name again here. Sorry, Trentha. No, sorry, Zentha.
I don't
We
know
haven't-
the names
Yeah, they're very.
anymore, man.
Thank you, man. He gave me all
trying
this.
to
They're
take
twin
it.
sisters, but you saw her before she put the bag over your head. She is the more petite-looking one, very attractive female with the undercut and the black hair that kind of slides over to one side, and very yellowish eyes to her.
Looks like Zentha, or
It
what?
looks like Zentha.
It's your
As soon
little
as I
sister.
saw her, I would have, as a bonus action, casted Expeditious Retreat and went after her.
Okay.
So it means 120 feet per second.
So yeah, you run right
I
up
would've-
and you get around. Surprisingly enough, though,
Yeah.
you do catch up with her.
Yeah.
But it's like, holy like this chick can move.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
or this girl can move. She got quite a distance, and then you're like right up with her.
And I
And
went
she just kind of looks up at you, and you can see her eyes are very, very dark. Like, roll an insight check for me, real quick.
14.
14. Yeah, you can see that her eyes are yellowish, very similar to Zentha when you saw her, except there is like a reddish outline to her iris.
Sorry, which one was this one? This was
This is Zentha.
This
He's
this
talking about
this is
Zentha.
Fenrin.
Oh my.
Fenrin.
Fenrin. This is
Oh.
She is small. This is a child.
Yeah. This is the
And
little
like for
sister.
your expeditious retreat, she like almost outran you. And she just stopped and like looks at you and just like peering up. A very cute child, but very porcelain
Don't
face
get
to
any
her.
ideas.
Very pale.
It's like 9.
as soon as I got there, I was like, you were watching us.
She nods.
Why?
She just keeps staring back at you.
Do you need something?
She does some movements with her hands. You can sense she's maybe trying to communicate through these hand gestures.
Okay.
Do you know thieves can?
No, I don't know if these guys.
Okay.
No.
So
Hell could live.
you may have come across some thieves in your day, especially being a Rothschild. This looks like a more sophisticated version of it. But she's just doing these hand gestures to you, almost as if...
As soon as I see her start doing that, I'm just gonna telepathically have Jane come out and just watch her. So she's gonna be watching what,
That would
but like just over my shoulder
would
and
work,
just
yeah.
kind of like see what
That
she's
would be.
doing.
Jane is...
Even if she
would
can't
say she'd
understand
say
it,
because she
at
doesn't
least-
have comprehend language yet. Oops.
No, but even just to record.
She's like
Yeah.
I understand the intent, Graf. I can try my best.
Just
Looks,
for aid,
but she's like,
basically,
yes,
to
she is
understand.
trying to communicate something with you. Jane with her
Your
bonus.
sister and you?
She's saying,
Better.
I believe this child is telling you to go away. I could be misinterpreting, but I believe she is telling you to go away or get out. It will take me some time to learn this language.
Do you remember what was said here? Like, will she remember like the motions and stuff?
Yeah,
like what
Jane
she-
will remember that. She'd have to sit down. You could
I
put
just
her
wanted.
in
I just
a-
I know
wanted
what
her
the
to.
meaning-
She
emotions are.
comes across and says that if you'd wish, you can put me in a dormant state and I can try to learn this language, but I would need other examples. It would probably take 3 days' time
Catch.
No.
at my current capacity.
Would Raquel and me kind of know thieves can't from our childhood?
They just saw me
Unless you have it written out.
disappear.
I
Like,
can write it down. if
She's
you'd
still
like.
she's still thinking, but now
There's
she
a
just
second
stopped
here. I
and
think
looking
it's
at
written
you,
somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
and she just looks like sad.
do you want me to
I
go
would've-
away?
I would have caught up by. I would have followed.
Oh yeah, if
Graf,
you guys all
yeah.
follow, you guys kind of come around. You see tall Graf.
What
in
did
his
you run
armament,
off for?
looking at this
Hold on.
pale, gaunt, almost looking child, looking up at Graf and like doing these hand gestures, then seeing more of you.
I
And
catch
then-
up. I'm panting. I'm like dying. Like, where did you guys go?
Oh my god.
Just hold on a minute, guys.
We should probably go. I believe this is Kane's little sister.
She looks
She looks
confused at the moment when you said
remarkably
Kate.
like Zentha. Oh, I can't wait to see Zentha again.
Yes, forgot.
She turns her head and then she shakes.
No meeting Zentha? I'm just gonna sulk away.
Heartbroken.
Just walk away. Yeah, Raquel's pretty lit right now.
If you need something, we're gonna be here. And then I'm just gonna start like walking away for her because she said go away. So it's,
So as you're getting walking away from her,
Mhm.
once you guys get to the storm door to go in,
Mhm.
you feel a tug at the back of your armor, and it's her again.
Yes.
You can see her point to the direction you guys were brought into town,
Mm-hmm.
and she's pointing that way.
I think she wants you to leave.
Right now.
Don't worry about me.
Let's go.
Is
in.
it not safe here?
Once you say that, she ducks down and takes off again. Would you like to pursue?
No.
No,
Okay.
no, Let's go. Let's get into our rooms and we'll talk about it there.
So when we go in, I'm gonna close. the
Roll an
doors.
insight check real quick. As you've already left Raquel, you're kind of heading where you are. She tugged on you. You're the one who said the keyword, so I'd say
Yeah.
Zook and Graf, roll an insight check really quick.
6.
11.
11. With an 11,
I was turning to talk to you and she ran off.
I'm still
You-
skulking
you-
away.
you get this. Something spooked her pretty much, like either what you said or something. You just see her kind of like turn her head real quick and then just take off running.
Okay. Seems spooked.
All right.
What do you guys think? We should stay here the night, or
Let's just get into our rooms for now. At least there's a. If someone's watching us right now, at least they know we went into our rooms.
okay? I'm gonna be the last one in. I'm gonna close the cellar doors behind us and cast alarm at the
Oh, wow.
door.
I was gonna say before we go in that room, like as we're moving up and so like that, do you mind starting to cast detect magic?
And cast alarm first.
Okay.
The door
We're
behind
not.
us.
We're not.
No,
going,
no, we're not.
not
Before
going
we
in the
get
room.
to the, before we get there, like as we're moving up to going inside. Like,
Oh,
just,
okay,
like,
okay,
as
okay.
we're
Okay.
saying-
The
So it
last
takes-
10 minutes.
I have
Just-
to take.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
10
takes some
minutes.
time.
So
You
like
get
as
prep.
we're like
I
getting
do
in
that.
and finding
You
our
cast it.
Okay. On our way
Um,
to the back to the room. Then.
Yeah, just as we're
I'll do
walking to
that.
the room. Yeah, if you don't mind, Zook.
No, you don't.
I'll do that.
No magic in this room.
No,
At the entrance,
Thank
at
you.
least.
no magic that I can sense this far.
And as you walk further into the
Except
room, no, there's no
Nothing.
magic or anything.
Nothing seems safe.
We should check this room out anyway before we.
Now I'm casting alarm behind us.
Okay. All the beds, similar to the beds that you've slept in the quiver. These do look to be like nice beds. Like most establishments or inns you'd stay in, you'd kind of expect to stay some like matted down straw and shit like that. But these beds look like they've been freshly prepared for you guys. And there is some food and wine put out for you guys, like rations of bread and stuff that won't go bad right away. Sorry, not bread. My mistake. Just more of like vegetables and whatnot. Just some things, not bread.
So we're in the room now?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably should relax here for a bit, or what are you guys
We should
thinking?
probably keep a watch up just in case.
I'll take first watch. I got some stuff to teach little Tim.
Sure.
And take little Tim out. That's
Probably
my
kind
shoulder.
of hard to activate.
Yeah.
Tim has like
He's had a
white
stressful
hairs
day.
now coming out of the side of
His
his
hair's
face.
falling out.
Yeah.
It's had a stressful day.
All right. Just roll your quick animal handling. See how well Tim can this down.
4
Ratley
plus
there to
your-
help you.
4 plus what? Your animal is that nothing?
6.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not too much.
Well,
Yeah, that's
Every
true.
bit helps.
But specifically, I want to take some of my cheese that I have,
Yeah.
and I have some rope, and
Yeah.
I want to like smear the cheese, like rub the cheese on the rope, and get him to like gnaw on it. So okay, I want to teach him.
All right.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
I want to teach him to like start chewing. On
Oh,
the rope.
chewing on ropes, eh?
Yeah,
that's a
that's
cool
a good
thing.
one to
And
have.
what'd you roll on that?
I rolled 6.
All right, so he starts licking the cheese off. He doesn't gnaw nothing. He's just licking it off and like looks all happy and proud of himself. He's just licking, not gnawing.
I'm gonna. I also wanted to have
Oh,
Jane,
you're right.
He's facing the other way.
if she
The
could
camera
stay
went off.
outside the
I
room,
got it. Yeah.
so she can be 25 feet away from me,
Yeah.
and just kind of hover up into a corner somewhere and just keep watching.
So you
her.
want her outside the room,
Yeah,
like
well,
outside in the town area? I just
Well,
want like
it's-
outside the building, or because you guys just went.
Because
Sorry.
we went inside it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
it's
are
the
pretty much
cellar?
sitting like Beverly's thing. It
Oh,
looks like
okay.
this is a
We're just
room
in-
that there's no other ways to get to
Okay.
except for the storm doors.
Yeah, which I have an alarm set up.
Yeah.
As soon as the
I'd
doors
have her.
No, I just for clarification. for
Yeah,
myself,
I'd have her
I'm
just
gonna be
sitting outside,
Somewhere that
like
means
somewhere
something.
hidden, like
Yeah.
try and be hidden as possible,
Okay.
and wake me if
If those
anything.
doors
Yeah,
open,
okay.
alarm goes off.
She's like, yeah, I will.
Thank you.
Falls.
And then I would go to sleep because I'd sleep in my armor too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note,
That's
I'm going to take a quick 15-minute break. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back. And I hope you guys are
In my
enjoying.
defense, he deserved to get.
All right. Yeah. Welcome back, patrons of the Othmerweizen Tavern. Thank you again for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the story so far. It's only going to get better. So, our adventurers have made their way to Aslan.
It's been quite a day.
Kane is resting in Zalabur's cathedral. You guys are in the Hollows Inn, sleeping in a kind of section off to yourself underneath the Hollows Inn. With Hollows Inn, too, you'd know that it's a 3-floored building, and the top 2 floors are just filled with rooms, and the main floor is like a tavern, restaurant, place to eat, whatnot. All right, so we'll start off with Kane, or Robin in this case, now that he's in the thing. So you wake up.
The oracle didn't come to me
The
that
oracle
night?
in your sleep, I should say. Okay. So Kane, in your slumber.
Must have. Fuck you, Fenrir. Fuck you, Fenrir.
All
Lord
right.
Voldemort, is that you?
You find yourself in a dark dungeon. There is water filling up to your kneecaps, but as you look down, it is getting harder and harder to move as you're moving down a narrow hallway. You can hear the crackling of what sounds to be thunder and lightning in the distance. Back behind you and in front of you, there is just darkness in this hallway. As you look down at the water that is now at your knee height, it is actually crimson red. Behind you, you see 2 glowing yellow eyes. Do you
Like,
stand still?
Are they huge eyes?
They're huge. They're massive.
Do I stand still?
Do you keep moving? Do you stand still?
I walk. Huh?
Nothing. I was making a reference, but
Oh, I walk towards the eyes.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
As you walk towards the eyes, large spikes start protruding through the ceiling, and then coming up through the water. You can see they almost look like spikes, but then you're starting to realize it's some type of maw, a giant mouth that is breaking through, breaking through the ceiling and the floor. Even though the ceiling just above you can see a stone, but in front of you it's just darkness. Do you continue moving forward?
What's behind me, sir?
Darkness. The hallway just stretches.
I keep moving forward in a frantic run. What? Yeah.
You can start hearing. It stops. You're now standing in a room familiar to you, with the blue illumination lighting up the stonework. You can see the interesting language that's all written around. There is a well in the middle of you. You are back in the lower chambers of the Aberth fortress. Kane? Kane.
Lady Gracie.
Hi.
I bow to her.
Oh, you do not need to do that here.
Sorry, just getting accustomed to my family again.
It is quite hard to reach you. You are very distant.
Was that you before I was here?
No, this is me now. Were you having troublesome dreams?
It would appear I was.
Okay. Do a wisdom saving throw for me right now.
Not good. 6.
6. Okay. As she's speaking to you, she kind of it goes mute at sometimes as she's communicating with you. But you do get the sense that she is telling you there's something interrupting her her communication at this moment. What is it you need, Kane?
What? Sorry to trouble you so early, quickly since I just departed.
It's all right. It's been almost a week.
What does the artifact look like? I do not know.
The artifact, it looks similar to a musical pendulum, something that keeps a rhythm or a steady beat, similar to a what's the thing called?
Metronome.
Metronome. There we go. Similar to that. It has a blue crystal in the front that will pass by and create a light every time it ticks by. The monks themselves would use it to keep laser-like focus, to be able to study in on their key.
Thank you. This is going to be a harder task than I originally thought.
Most tasks are. The right path is not always the easiest one.
Do you know what happened to Dante?
He left with you?
Have you not seen his path?
I've seen several paths.
He
Our time here is short, Kane. Please speak. You can ask another question. But I fear someone else is watching us.
I have no other questions at this time.
Okay, roll a perception check real quick.
Nice.
18.
18 is enough. That as she looks at one doorway that you guys are coming through, a shadowy silhouette kind of walks
This
through.
is. Do I get the feeling that I'm not transported, but I'm here in her mind, in front of her, in
She's
her area?
brought. This is new to you.
Right.
You might get the sense that she's communicating in a place that's familiar to you, so it's easier because you've been to this location,
Yeah.
and it's easier for her to
Yeah.
implant an image there with her.
But
while
this
she's
is all
communicating.
my brain.
Yes, this is
Okay.
all you sleeping right
Okay,
now.
okay.
But with her saying someone's coming,
Right.
and she will say with 18 perception to see this this being coming in, she will apologize that this is on her end, not yours this time. Although there is something in your area that is making it hard to communicate. But as you turn and look at this figure, this silhouette of somebody wearing these interesting robes that they look reddish, but they're almost turning blackish as he's walking forward. You can start making out that it is a male figure. You get a quick glance at him. He has no hair. He's bald. His face is very pale. And then you can see two. Either it's part of his getup, his dress that he's wearing, but there's two big fins that kind of come up almost behind him. And then he walks, but before you can get a visual on his face, kind of fades. And then Gracie's like, "We will try again at some other time." And then you kind of
Farewell,
wake.
Gracie. Stay safe.
You wake up in your bed.
Do I get the sense that this is very similar clothes to the fellow that was talking to our watcher?
Oh, Rizal?
Yeah.
No, Rizal's cool.
This guy's a lot taller, very slender.
I don't recognize the clothing at all.
Roll a history check for me real quick.
I'm not good at those. That's minus 1. 10. Oh, sorry.
10 would be enough, just because you guys deal in blood magic a lot. The ornaments or ornamental wardrobe that this guy was wearing would be similar to something called the Red Wizards.
Red Wizard? Oh, what?
Okay. Still doesn't mean much to me, but that's fair.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
Okay.
I might know. I read
I
books.
wake up.
Sorry, that was an 18-year-old on perception, eh? It'd be
Yep.
enough just as you'd get. He's very pale, and what you'd also get is that he has tattoos coming up his neck that almost looks like tribal and almost like flames at some points. But looking and getting a quick glimpse at his eyes, they look very similar to Lady Gracie's. They're just two different colors.
Sorry.
No problem. It's a lot of info. Wasn't prepared for you to talk to Gracie that quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really.
No, that was good, that
I
was
only
good.
had one question, then after that I was like, I don't know. Wake up
'Kay.
and adorn my clothing once again. Go and check out the mirror again, because now that I've gone to the ceremony, I just feel different.
Oh yes,
I
you
just-
definitely
yeah,
have
I
a
just always
almost always on edge, I guess.
yeah, checking out myself in the mirror, and flexing my muscles again.
Right. You're doing the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like, ooh yeah.
What you're not doing, we're gonna mark
Bit
all
by
that.
a
I
radioactive
head to
wolf.
the dining hall
Okay.
to see if there's any breakfast prepared.
There'd be the leftover meal from last night. Doesn't look like anybody really cleaned up. There's
Eats earlier anymore. Fair enough.
some of the meat proportions have been gone or set
Would,
away, but there's definitely some vegetables and stuff sitting around.
I just grabbed something to chew on.
Still
and then
some
I would
meat
like
pie
to,
there.
I'd like to go again and try and knock on my younger sister
Okay.
door again.
All right. Wait a moment. Another moment passes. No?
Damn, what the hell did I read on that? Oh, Fenrir.
No answer.
I
She
silently
doesn't
walk
like you,
out.
dude.
As you're walking out, roll a perception check.
Oh, not 20.
Perception, that would be 22.
22. Someone has watching you through another door as you're knocking on that one, and you said her
Fuck
name.
this.
Not the door across.
Oh.
Door further up. You'd remember as a child that it would be Zentha.
Raquel wakes up.
Thumbs up. Yeah, she is kind of leaning against the wall. Now that she's kind of out her door, she's leaning in the doorway, kind of watching you. Wearing her leather. She's already geared up for the day. Wearing her leather armor that's kind of the two flaps open up, and then it kind of goes down into sections of red and yellow squares, kind of go down her pattern.
Good morning, Xantho.
Morning.
How are you?
Oh, nostalgic today.
How so?
All these memories rushing back. You and your friend Raquel getting into trouble, I guess, I assume. You're back. Still doing your old tricks, are you?
No. I've
Oh.
changed.
Mature.
I've turned a new leaf.
Oh.
You'll just have to wait around and find out.
I guess I will.
Good day, Xantho. I turn away.
Let's hope it is. Your plans for today? As you keep walking away.
That's what she asking me?
She asked your plans for today?
To follow our younger brother's orders as instructed by father.
Good. Roll an insight check for me.
This family, man.
Wing it.
11.
Yeah. Seems like Xantha. Xantha's there, yeah. Hasn't really, well, she's aged, but not, like, age has been kind to her over the last 10 years since you've last seen her. Maturing
Been a
more into
while.
womanhood since last you've seen her.
Mhm.
Well, she's only a few years older than you, I think, about 5 years or so, 6 years.
Yeah, that's right. I take my leave.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk to anyone else. I'm
Yeah.
fully geared. I'm going to meet Raquel in our spot.
All right. So as you walk out, you can see
Which is by the waterfall. Like on top.
when you were kids in there, the cathedral itself seemed a little bit more busier. Like there is guards and other people of the order are still blood relatives of you guys, maybe distant cousins or such not.
Yeah.
But it does seem
Quieter?
Yeah, quieter. Definitely not as many people around, but you still see guards sitting around, people who are loyal to your family. Not so much blood hunters, but dressed in your family's crest and with the like town watch kind of guys. They're guarding the outskirts of the cathedral as well as the main gate.
On
coming into
the on the way out,
yeah.
I'd like to stop and talk to. I'm gonna try and use your rule here. The I know a guy thing.
Oh yeah, sweet. I know a guy.
Uh-huh.
All right.
On the way out, when I was younger, there was always a one guard that was always a front gate guard who would kind of keep his mouth shut about my antics and would kind of let me slip in and out.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Named Ricardo.
Ricardo. Ricardo. Is he Jamaican?
No.
He's Jamaican,
It's
you
not-
crazy.
I just want to hear Calvin do a Jamaican accent. That's all.
I can try, man.
I would like to
He's a
see if he
Jamaican
is still
orc.
on guard.
Yeah, just
if he's
second
like he
here.
might be
Gotta-
on night shift or day shift. I don't know,
just gotta
but I would
pull
like
up
to
the
see if
rules
he's.
to it here.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Make a charisma roll for me.
Sure.
I know a guy as well.
That's just 14.
14. Lo and behold, sure enough, there is him. You can see him. He has a pendant on him that kind of symbolizes that he's moved up in ranks.
Nice.
Maybe because he kept his mouth shut. But there is Ricardo. He seems to be kind of discussing with the two front guardsmen, kind of getting a rundown of what they may have seen last night or what's transpiring this morning, and kind of giving out orders.
I as I'm walking, I hear his voice, and I hear that familiar voice.
Oh yeah, how familiar was it? Like, what's it sound like?
Hey, man.
It's a deeper voice.
Oh yeah.
Not like.
Okay.
No, that's
But
not
it's stern, but.
Okay.
he's- Yeah.
I got you. All right. Well, there you see Ricardo. Ricardo has a
We always got one. So.
yeah. He has his
Facial hair?
Shut up.
this time, yeah. Maybe when 2 months know him, he didn't have a facial hair, but now he does. He has kind of a blondish, dirty blonde kind of beard to him.
Is
Kind
his
of
back to
regular
me?
hair. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be kind of talking and pointing things, and as you see
Ricardo!
him, oi, Kine, I mean Robin.
Oh, pull his ears and you almost let it slip.
Sorry. Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me about that, didn't you? Yes.
Can I have a word? It's been a
I don't
while.
see why not. Yes. Good news to hear you're back in town, unharmed. That is good.
Yes, I
good.
plan to stay for quite some time.
Oh, yes. Staying back with the family?
Yes, something like
Oh, that's...
that. I see you moved up in ranks.
That I have.
That's good.
Keep your mouth shut and, you know, they
I can
respect
see,
that.
So you've never told father about all our antics?
No.
No, or no, yes?
Not all of them.
Fair.
Some. Come on. He
I understand.
he keeps my family comfortable.
No, I have more serious inquiry. You see my uncle come through here,
Which one?
Dante.
Dante?
He should have been
Yeah, he
a couple days
came
before
by
me.
through here, yeah, not a day ago.
Have you heard about his whereabouts? I haven't seen him since I've gotten here.
I know, last I saw him, he was in there, he went in,
I
saw him talking with your father, and
want to make
a little bit of an argument, but nothing out of the ordinary, I guess.
I just want to make sure that I'm not being watched right now. If I can just make a general.
Perception?
Yeah,
or are you
yeah.
asking him? Or
No,
okay,
just
yeah.
in general.
Yeah, sure.
Just 19 plus perception. 21.
Yeah. Yes, you are being watched right now through a window up in the upper floors.
They can't tell.
There's someone looking down at you.
Ricardo. I'm under the microscope right now. I try to put my back to the window right now.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Response.
Okay.
Just maybe laugh. Once You're
What?
the only one I trust right now in my family.
I'm honored.
You should be.
Ha!
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
Anything, Robin, as long as it doesn't cost me my job.
Wow. Could you see if anything has happened to my uncle? If ask through the gods, maybe. Just
I
hush,
will
hush.
inquire. Yes. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
clap on the back. It's good seeing you again, Ricardo.
Yes. Robin, good to see you too. I hope Raquel
Until
is doing
tomorrow.
all right. Until tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, head out to this.
All right, you pack rats. Let's get some stuff. Go start watching stuff. And you see him kind of talk to the guards, and it's a little flustered that he got talked to, and yeah. All right. You guys at the Hollows Inn.
Raquel would have woke up early.
Pardon me.
Raquel woke up early.
Do a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw
yeah.
just to make sure. You did drink some wine.
12.
Well, that's enough. You're awake. Okay, you get up a little bit earlier.
Before, and he's just gonna head straight for the stairs, but
Okay.
I notice Jane in the
Jane's
corner.
floating around, yeah.
Yeah, and I give Jane instructions on how to get to Robin and I's spot where we're gonna rendezvous in the morning, and then I head outside.
Are you sure you should not tell Graf where you're going?
Yeah, I'm telling Jane to tell him.
She would have woke me up like immediately.
Okay.
I'm
So
heading.
as
I'm
you
heading to
tell her-
Helkins early.
As you
I will
tell
meet
her
you
that,
guys there.
she like literally, as you're walking out the stairs, floats right over to Graf and
Yeah.
starts waking him up. And then as he walks out the door, he hears a ping. Goes off that wakes you right up.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
What's going on?
So Jane's just kind of like blown, illuminated more on you. Like, well, well.
My alarm went off. I like grab
Yeah.
my dagger.
Yeah, we're like.
Raquel's already gone up the stairs.
Okay, you're out the stairs. Jane gives you directions of what she was just told.
No, I pretty much head south along the cliff edge until you meet. the
Jane
Selden
asks,
waterfall.
would you like me to be able to communicate with your friends or companions?
What do you mean communicate, Jane? Like through?
Answer their
We're
questions,
communicating
talk
right
to them,
Yes.
give them information.
As long as you check with me of what you give them.
Oh, but of
Sorry.
course,
Yeah.
of course.
But yes, you can freely talk to them. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. It is programmed. Okay. So,
No, I wanted to training was with him again.
all right.
But this
so,
time I want to make firm that he's not to lick the rope.
okay.
That he's supposed to start chewing on it.
All right. Do this quick.
And I rolled
10.
for Jane's charges, and I got 2.
Okay. So yeah, you recharge. He like gently gnaws at it, but doesn't like
I'm
bite
still
it.
gonna
in.
give him a pat. That's
He
good.
feels bad for
Just start
ruining
now.
your nice rope.
No, that's okay.
But still licks the like he's still unsure kind of what is going on. All right.
He'll get it. He'll get it. Just keep at it.
Okay, so that would have took some time though to train. So Raquel's now got a good head start on you.
Well, it's a
Graf,
little
did
bit.
you
Of,
stick around and watch the training,
I
or
would
did
have
you?
stayed with.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a walk.
Okay, so you guys do your walk.
We're just
He's
we're
going to
doing
Helkins.
something with little Tim. So
You're
we're
going right
so-
to Helkins.
Yeah.
Okay. Do a perception check while you walk through town. Same with you, Kane. As you get.
Oh, I'm walking. He's going somewhere else.
Yeah, he's going to Helkins, but you're leaving
Yeah,
the
to go to the
cathedral,
spot.
so you're going to. You have to go through town to get to
Yeah.
your spot, right?
Also,
Perception 14.
Yeah.
20 not nat.
20. Raquel, from being here before, you remember like the place took pride in keeping its upkeep, like making sure that statue in the middle of town is like no overgrown foliage on it and stuff, pristine, as well as the walkways, all the weeds are pulled and stuff like that. Doesn't look like there's been much upkeep lately. There is some overgrown. The statue looks a little bit faded just with the natural air and water that is very close by. So there is some, not water damage, but just worn through the winds. Usually they'd coat it with something to protect it, but it looks like whoever was in charge of that hasn't been doing it lately. And, oh, yes. You would have noticed too, I don't know if Kane / Robin had ever told you about it, about the Pathian that his family follows, but there used to be like quite a bit of banners and tapestry hanging that would resemble that. You don't see any of that anymore. You see a lot of like the house sigil, but you don't see anything of the Pathian or the deity that's around. Kane, what did you get again there?
14.
14. Yeah, this is your hometown, but you've noticed that, it's not been really well upkept and things. I mentioned that. And 15, you said?
14.
14? It takes you a minute to, like, realize, like, something's off, but then you notice that there's the Pathian symbols are no longer around. Just your family symbol. Even though it's close to the Pathian
there would
thing,
be,
but there's no...
would there...
during our slept,
on the... Oh, jeez.
like lost my voice.
On the way to the spot,
Yeah.
would I pass...
And what spot are you going to?
So right, this is our little secret spot.
Oh, okay.
Come and meet up there.
Yeah.
For our nightly shenanigans?
Yeah.
Right there.
Uh,
Camera.
On the way to that spot,
Yeah.
the old church that would be there for the Pantheon, is it still open, or is it in
Looks
shambles?
closed down
Link the picture
at the
and
moment.
show it to
I like
me.
it.
Not pretty much in shambles.
An overlay of it.
Like I wanted to go up to the doors and peek in. Is there any active people inside, or is it like
No, it's quiet.
nothing's in there?
Nothing in there. Roll a investigation check just as you kind of open the door.
That would be 16.
16. You can hear like noises inside. It sounds like someone's rustling around in there, but there's the pews and such that go through there. Some of them look to be broken as you kind of open the door. It's not locked. A lot of the stained glass has been worn or broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can hear some rustling coming from back behind the altar.
Hello?
A moment goes by, you hear the rustling stop. Another moment goes by, nothing.
Hello?
Uh,
I creep in.
here's
Just
creep in, so the light kind of shines in, and you can see that this place is not really well upkept. The talons of time have taken its toll on this place. Doesn't look like there's been any traffic in here as of late. No really lights, but you do see a robed man kind of come around the corner in a beige, like burlap kind of robe, belt tied around. And back when this place was like people came to worship, they'd be wearing
family
garbs
was-
similar like your family. The black leathers or black robes and red. But yeah, this guy just looks very old. As he comes around the corner, missing a few teeth, a scar going across his face, one eye kind of cataracts like clouded over, and just a strawy beard to it. And, hello?
What's happened to this place?
What do you mean, what has happened?
When I was younger, my family would come here and we would worship.
Ah, yes, there is no need to worship here anymore. We worship a Zalaba.
What?
He is the deity that protects us.
Do I recognize this guy?
Roll a, I don't know, I guess a history check.
Oh, not 20.
Just
It's a weird time to roll in that.
You recognize him as Vannon Glite. Used to be one of the other noble
Blight?
Glite.
Glite, sorry.
Glite.
Gleit.
And what was his,
You remember him being a one of the other nobles that your family looked over.
Vannon? Is that you?
Yes. Who are you?
It's Robin. Robin Zalbar.
Oh. Gives us a bow.
No, good for that.
The child forgotten has returned.
What happened to this place? Not this place, not this church, but... Or temple, I should say. But the town, it's run down. Foliage is
Oh, it
growing
is.
here.
Under orders for the last few years that they worship now is of the Zalaba family and the protection that they provide to Aslan.
People went for that.
Went for it, yes, but of course.
What has my father done?
He has protected us from great evils.
You look well off.
Well off, no. I lost something of our family name,
I can see
and
that.
now I am punished for it.
What did you do?
I did nothing. We had something that was to be given to the Zalaba family for protection, but it is gone now. Lost for some time.
What do you speak of?
An heirloom that we had held at our abode, our mansion.
What was special about this heirloom?
It was to be given as a gift to your father's newborn to protect it from the evils that lurk in the vast.
I shake my head. It's disappointing to see you like this, Bannon. You do not deserve this fate.
We let your family down. There's still some who reside in our old manor.
Where is your dignity? Ugh, I'm just disgusted. I actively just more infuriated.
I did not mean to upset you,
No,
child.
it's not you. It's the circumstance of this town.
Yes, thieves steal things. Do not think of the consequences. The ripple effect that has happened, but don't worry.
I give him a
My-
few gold coins.
Oh, gold, that is good, not silver, please, no silver.
I give him all my gold for.
4 gold, awesome. He says,
It's not fair for you to be in this state.
it's all right.
Stop saying
The rest of my family will make sure things come to pass.
What do you mean by that?
With every action, there is reaction. No matter the cost.
Sordid. Are you talking about some kind of uprising?
I've said too much to especially a member of the Zalaba family.
I think we both know that we don't see eye to eye with the family.
Is that so?
It is.
Just kind of stares at you for a moment.
Well. can you
Roll
do-
an insight check for me. please.
Okay. Man, just dynamite tonight. Just dynamite.
doing well,
Insight.
man.
I should remember that one. That's 2. It's 8. Oh, yeah, 2. 18.
18.
Oh, we gotta open the
This
book.
might be high enough.
Sorry, boys. Oh, no. Sorry, boys. I didn't mean to go on.
No, man, this is
ran
exploring.
off
He's
here.
exploring.
This is perfect.
Tangent. Well, I was just probably going
Who would
to
steal
eat
some
stuff.
dude's shit?
You'd.
Us. Oh,
You remember
shit.
this guy being younger?
That was us. Whoops.
This was what?
Nothing.
Um,
Totally blanked on that.
you remember him being
Doomed them. Sorry, I'm making rectifying.
Explain later.
Rectifying it.
you don't remember many details of this guy, but you don't know if it's just
been a
age or
while.
whatever. Yeah, it has been a while, but he's got a mad unibrow going on, and that he used to have like pretty pristine upkeep, so you don't know if he's always plucked it or not, but he has a mean unibrow going on.
Mhm.
Just looks out of place for that guy.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Come find me if you need anything.
Oh, with 4 gold, I will not need anything for a while, I'm sure.
Until next time, man.
I hope there is a next time.
And he kind of just goes back to doing what he was doing. Just kind of
As
going
I-
back, moving stuff around.
As I'm walking out, because I've been away for a while, I'm like,
And as you walk out of the church, you kind of look across from where the church is, and you see the manor that is enclosed in a gate, which is Glight's Manor.
and it's like deja vu.
Yeah. You have a flashback to you and Urkel climbing the outer tower that sits right beside the fence.
Yeah, okay. Well, 4 gold, that's good compensation, I say to myself. And I take off.
It just shows how such a good character Kane is.
That's
Even
right.
if he gives gold. even
So,
if he
sorry,
didn't
just
wrong the
to
person.
get back, you're going to Helkins. You guys have just kind of walked out into the town. Is there anything you want to do, or are you going to try to
Do this
follow
for
or
fun.
pins? What do you guys want to do?
Sorry.
What happened to you?
You.
Might as well have fucking said that.
Well, he doesn't know.
No, I know. That's actually joke.
We would have. I guess we should just go to where Kate or
Yeah, I
where
don't
Cal
really know.
told us.
We don't really know our way around the city very much.
No,
I told you. And
Jane
south.
told you where
He
to
gave
go.
you the directions.
No, I
Jane would
understand,
give you kind of a
but for us
layout,
to,
almost like,
wander on our own. I don't want to get eaten.
yeah, we'll give you a play-by-play kind of how to get
Hey,
there.
man.
But so he had kind of a head start while you guys sat back and trained. Yes, Kane, or sorry, Raquel.
You know.
As you pass by the bridge over the waterfalls, you can see that there is actually a water wheel on the one fall by all the by the windmills there for the
Okay.
farmers,
Yeah.
and that's Flanders Farms. In the day here, I'm just gonna do kind of give you as you guys walking through. So like. And the mountain range that surrounds this place is called Teacon Mountain Range. That is also the 4 wolves that are predominant mountains. The large cathedral, rocks thing. But there is the fresh, dry, clean air. There's the smell of almost like wet moss and a hint of pine in the air. And it's almost like the smell of autumn, even though it is summer, but it is the elevation that you guys are in. The sounds that you're hearing as you walk through town. Not really bustling like Aberth, but it is the sounds of the falls running that runs to the south. And you do feel a chill to the air, especially during last night you would feel it, and there's just that general eeriness to the place. But yeah, this place doesn't bustle like Aberth does. You can, as you walk by the farms, can you just roll a perception check for me?
6.
6. You can see there are some cows and oxen there. One thing that kind of... Wait, a 6?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you just see the normal farm creatures there. But then you realize that as you walk past the farms and past one of the predominant mountain things that look like a wolf at the base of it, as you come around, you can see a few tents set up, and then there is... where is it?
Are you going to take them for breakfast?
Sorry about this, guys. Here, just gotta pull this up here. Just name it. Yeah. You go up to Helkins. Just trying to remember the name of it.
What was it you guys stole from this?
Helkins Hobbies and Trades. Sorry, that was the name of the store. You get there.
They stole.
You'd.
His idea.
It was.
Was that the thing that we need?
No.
No. Okay.
That's pretty funny.
What?
Just ruined it.
How much could it have been worth?
I apologize here. I'm just trying to pull something up here.
That's quite a bit of money, though. For a goal.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. So you get to Helkins' establishment. It is just kind of a long rectangled building. Has the red shingled roof, kind of a reddish, more of a burgundy, I guess, kind of siding to it.
Yep.
There's the main 2 double doors there to it. There is, even though it is daytime out, there is a lantern that is burning on the outside that is hung, kind of hanging off the side of the building. There are 2 windows to the sides that there is a warm glow coming through. Or no, sorry, it's not night. There's the lantern still burns, but yeah, you can kind of see in there. They're kind of almost like a foggy, dirty glass, I guess would be the word. But yeah, familiar place, still standing. Looks in still good shape. As you go off the trail, you're right there. You can see 2 watchtowers just down the road of people who come in. But yeah,
No, I head inside.
you head inside. As soon as you head inside, there is a very pungent smell. You've smelt before as walking through Zalaber's place back in the day. But yes, there is the smell of wolfsbane in the air, and it's very
Pungent.
yeah, very similar to like even at church when the incense that they have there. That's just there. It almost waters your eyes because it's so pungent. But as you walk in, there is shelves loaded with different gaming pieces, little tables, little jars of dice. You can see different crates with like wooden sculptured figures sitting in it. It looks like on the one section is mostly all like hobbies and games and stuff like that. There is some paint, some inks. On the other side, there seems to be like general supplies like lanterns, in like some type of mining gear, climbing gear, and other such. But they're kind of nose in a book, just a large barrel of a man sitting there kind of just reading this book. He has spectacles kind of on his nose hanging there, a big beard to this guy. You can see that there's similar to, I guess, Helmut. He has kind of like decorative rings in the beard, but not well kept and like nothing, but it's almost like a dwarven kind of style to it. But yeah, he's standing there, human. It's just a brunette hair to it, slicked back a little bit, thinning in the front. But yeah, he's sitting there, seems to be going through some type of book, and you see him signing some things and then like flipping the next page like,
It seems you're the one in trouble this time instead of me.
kind of pokes up his
Well, I'll be a demon's butthole.
closes the book.
And here I thought the guards had taken you to the dungeons of any place that you'd have ever gone.
Oh, they did.
I'm sure they did,
But
sir.
Robin and I just walked right out.
Oh, Robin, is he still here with you?
Oh, yes, that's why we're back. We're here for his baptism.
He's back, is he? As he seem himself?
And as Cain, well, as he was as Cain, he nothing out of the ordinary.
You've spoken to the Zalabers, then?
Oh yes, no, not too happy to see me.
I'd imagine not. So, Raquel, this is quite curious of why you and Cain would come back at such a dire time.
I've noticed that things have gotten quite dire, and I mean, I've never heard of the Delbers coming for you. Silver weapons again.
So they know.
Yes, we're being sent here. I just came ahead of my party. And to
what-
catch up.
Raquel. Well, what are they paying you to come here and inquire about these weapons, if I even have said weapons?
I never said you had them.
But that's what they're saying, correct?
Oh, of course.
Hmm.
Oh, you know me.
So you're doing.
I don't get paid.
Thought you would have learned that lesson to get paid up front.
Oh,
before you
I
do
have.
a
I've
job.
took up a new hobby.
Oh yes. What is that?
Drinking.
That worries me, child. That worries me.
You should.
You were already up to no good before the drink, and now if you add drink to this equation, I foresee some bad
It's
things.
just apparently, you know what they say. You drink
I s-
Gazer's piss once and you never go back.
Never again.
Although I'm getting quite the
Never
tolerance.
again. Never again. Well, I still have a room available for you here if you need to lay your head after a night of drink.
Oh, I appreciate that. Do you happen to have anything to drink? I know it's early, but
I do. I have some ale in the back.
keeps
but
me on edge for these, I'm assuming the shit show that is about to ensue. And I go pop a seat beside him and have a drink.
So there is a kind of a not a table, but a counter,
It's my butt.
like a store counter. There is two chairs set up similar to a bar, but if you wanted to sit beside him, you'd have to come around, flip open the one thing, and come in behind him.
I'll
So
just like,
there are two doors on each side of the room that are behind the counter
okay.
that lead to his back room, and you know the one room leads to downstairs.
I'll just, I'll go inside with him.
Come around the counter?
Come around the counter.
The shit show is about to begin, you say?
So, where
Should
are
I
these?
be ready?
Where are these silver weapons that you don't have?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The usual spot, then. Would I know where he kept?
You know of
Some
several
spot.
locations that the store is a front that you know, like he's
Yeah.
taken you under his wing several times. Yeah, you'd have a suspicion where he'd probably keep something, but he might have a new hiding spot. But
Or do I go digging myself, or is there a way we can get out of this mess without you losing your head? Because if it looks this bad on you, it's not going to look great on the floor.
Recall, you threatening him, bro?
roll
I'm
an
telling your
intimidation
I'm
check.
not intimidating. I'm telling them that his family's coming for
Sounds
him.
fucking intimidating.
Just roll me an intimidation because you're using his family line.
Calvin, did they say that he has to come with the silver weapons?
If
or-
he doesn't give the silver weapons,
Oh, he doesn't give the silver
okay.
weapons.
Okay, that's good.
15.
15. It is enough to kind of shake him a bit, and he's noticing your size now, and you've grown quite a bit since last he's seen you, as well as kind of your style and how you carry yourself. I do have some silver weapons here, but it is for our protection and the protection of the town.
Well,
I do not want to give them up, especially to them.
I'm not saying give them up to them. Me and Kane know some spots.
Okay. I will get you the weapons. You wait here.
And just kick back.
Okay.
Relax.
Takes a few seconds, or a few moments. He leaves, goes into the back door that leads downstairs. A few moments go by.
few other moments go by.
Car start.
A horse neck.
Yeah.
He comes up, and there he has in his hand is it's all rolled up in a black blanket. You can see some hilts kind of sticking out, and pummels of other things. He kind of rolls out what you see as 4 long swords that are silvered, 1 axe that is silvered, and that's it.
That's it.
Lays it down. That is all I have.
This is supposed to protect the town. And from what exactly?
From the Zalibers.
Ah, this.
Heavy shit, man.
This.
They are not something as they are not who they seem to be. Something has changed. They are more strict, more
No, Lady,
untrusting.
Lady Gracie did mention that.
You've spoken with the leader of Aberth?
Oh, I speak to everybody.
He's not wrong.
He's
Not wrong.
You honestly see like a glass shattering brick drop in his face, similar like
Yes.
how the
He knew
fuck
he knew his little
did this?
palm.
You're. If we weren't in this current situation, I'd love to sit down and have a long, overdue catch-up talk to see where you've been and who you've met. But that is
Everyone,
a feat.
everywhere, and everyone.
That is good. They have been, from what I've been talking to with our local smith, Bronzebeard, they are claiming all the silver of the town. He said he had to melt down quite a bit, and they used to use these weapons to fight against lichens and the ones that they chose to hunt for life. For them to be giving up such a powerful weapon is curious, so I decided to have some stashed here. I don't want to see them go, but if it will keep my head on my shoulders, then maybe you can take them.
I would never let any harm come to you. You know that.
Well, hopefully this will make sure. It'd be at this time, Graf and Zook would meet up, and they'd find out where you guys are. You guys have found the location. You can see on the wooden sign that doesn't hang from the building, but it is like a wooden sign, 2 boards up, and then a couple planks and some type of paint. It says Helkin's Hobbies and Goods and such.
You inside, Raquel?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Just talking to an old friend.
Well, we would have met up at the spot first, then with me.
Yeah.
I thought
He
that was-
said he just
No, I
went-
told them where to go meet Kane.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Robin, yeah.
We're going to our the
Oh, okay.
same
Yeah.
spot.
Sorry, I
But-
thought you told them to come to them.
No.
So.
For the sake of revenue, we would have met up and.
Oh, so you met at the spot by the
Yeah.
falls.
Where I met
Told them all
Robin
things. So
Hawkins.
then you guys, by that time, after you've had some discussion,
Yeah, sure.
him left the church. So yeah,
Yeah.
about this time they'd be coming in after you've had some talking. And yeah, so you guys come in. Well, after talking over the mics, you see that. You see there is kind of a blanket unfolded with several silvered weapons sitting on the table.
Before I go in, I turn to Graf and Zuck and say, "Just go with it. I gotta pull a prank on him." I walk in.
Okay.
I draw my rapier.
Okay,
Alkin,
as soon
where's
as you
all the-
walk in, he pushes the chair that he was sitting on talking to Raquel, and he stands up against the back of the wall behind him, hand on something in behind him.
Halkin, where's all the silver weapons?
Doesn't say anything, and he just looks down at the countertop.
It's your head if we don't have them all. That I get this wiry smile on my face. Just joking. I sheath the rapier.
He slowly makes his way to a counter, grabs a jug of something, pours a glass, sits it on the bar, and he's like, "Drink."
I drink it.
Okay,
I
it
trust
is
him.
actually fresh milk.
Thank you for the milk.
You can see him like not taking his eyes off you, just watching you.
I put my hands up. It's me. Ta-da!
Looks at the rest of you.
What'd you do to him, Raquel?
Oh,
And
think
you guys now walked in
we're-
and smelt this wolfsbane too, as well, as that he's going, and he's like, I just had to be sure.
So you gave me milk?
What does milk do?
It is certain creatures out there have certain superstitions that they might need to stay away from. This was to make sure that this fool was still the fool that I knew.
Good
Oh.
to know.
I could have
Uh-oh.
told you that.
Uh-oh.
If he says no to milk, he's
Different.
he's
my
changed.
stomach starts to growl.
What type of creatures?
Go outside and throw up.
Notch. Do you?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's just milk. It's
Just
good.
milk.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
He's
if it's
just
frigged up werewolves or
No,
some
no.
shit.
no.
That's what I was asking. Like, what type of creatures?
Oh.
Sorry,
This is a no.
Go.
I'm Graf.
I am Helkin,
I'm Zach.
Sorry,
Like,
Zach.
oh,
we
no,
are
Graph,
we are
yeah.
friends of.
but
Part of the
doing the
quiver.
bidding
Robin.
for. So you're not part of the order.
Is this a safe spot to talk?
It is safe as any.
Well, I hope so. We just
Sorry,
had quite
so
the
it-
interesting
Can I
conversation.
ask-
He's.
I'm
gonna
I have
cast-
taken precaution. I have taken precautions to protect this room.
Well enough from my father.
Why
Guys,
do you
this
think
is my
they sent
dad.
you
Help
here
him.
and not them to come get me?
Probably because we're friends.
Possibly.
Anyway, we're part of the quiver.
That is good. How the fuck did you go? Anyway, never mind. I apologize. I'm distracted
gonna-
by these fools.
Jane.
Certain creatures.
I have Jane stay outside and watch from.
I haven't been able to find out what
But I know
is
what
here
he's
in
referring
town,
to.
but there is certain people I've known have changed, and certain things to them have changed as well, and I have,
You're referring to my family. We know
without
what
being
you're-
rude, without
We
being
know
rude,
what you're talking about. There's no need to be rude.
His
We're
brother's a
assholes.
dick.
they haven't
Have you
always
met
been.
that little fucker? Fenris?
Fenris was a good child at one point.
Yeah, well, he's something else. What about my
In the last
youngest sister?
2 years, your youngest sister, she is quite helpful.
I
She
figured.
comes to speak to me. She gets startled easily, but
Does she
sorry,
speak?
not to speak to
Oh,
me.
I
She's
wouldn't know that. Oops.
she has
I don't
come
know
to
if
me
she's
several
been-
times for aid, and I unfortunately cannot help her anymore.
Where can I find her?
She is usually around or in the training yards in the cathedral.
She
Good.
seems to be eluding me every time I go to try to find
You're
her.
talking
She's
about-
not there.
Fenrin.
Yes, my sister. I've
We
never
saw
met
her.
her. Really?
We met her.
Last night. She was watching us.
She was giving us warning.
You better be careful of your youngest sister. She might look like Xantha when she grows up.
I fucking backhand right now.
Okay.
Try to.
Oh yeah, you know.
I fall out of my
Yeah.
chair and dodge it.
You guys can roll an
Come on,
attack roll if
dice.
you want.
No.
I'm killing the rolls.
I
tonight.
swear to God.
Oh, it was almost. Yeah.
He smacks you.
Yeah. I deserve that one.
He looks. She hasn't been around here lately for her own safety.
So what did you get yourself mixed up into?
Me, nothing. I'm just trying to survive.
What did you get yourself mixed up into? Why are we here?
You're here.
Why was it after Raquel threw a piece of chicken at Fenris that he ordered? He was going to give us some easy shit, but he sent us here because this is supposed to be difficult? Or it must be some kind of
Maybe
importance?
because it's difficult because we have a past. I don't know. Maybe he's hoping.
So is this all the silver weapons?
Yes.
Is it?
What if we
Check,
never?
check.
Yeah,
No one.
inside check.
I don't think we found any silver weapons.
Holy fuck! 20.
He's
Not
lying.
that.
He's lying.
Say good. I'm glad that this is all.
I don't
The weapon.
understand how they may have known that I have this. The only thing I can think of is Bronzebeard somehow has changed allegiance.
No.
How many more do you have?
Enough.
Anything smaller.
Goes,
he goes behind his back what he was doing when Kane came in, and you can see him. He pulls out in his hand.
Oh, yeah,
He
that's
has
neat.
like 3 daggers in each knuckle that he was about to.
He's about to
fly.
Wolverine your ass.
It's all good.
Halkin can take care of himself.
I'm sure you
Oh
can.
yeah.
Yes, I have more, but for them to know I have these, it's not
Who's
good.
to be trusted in this city now? Or town, sorry.
I have my ways of testing people, but each individual has a different superstition to them. I have Wolf's Bane at the door to block them. Most blood hunters can come in, but I've noticed as of late a lot of them stay away.
What?
I refer to these as false men. I believe that something has jumped into the skin of people we know in this town and are making changes.
We know. What
They're infiltrating.
we know what you're talking
Yeah, I
false?
heard.
Wait, false skins?
False men.
Well, that's not what we were informed from the Oracle.
Which was?
I gotta rule. How trustworthy is Halkin to us?
I trust him.
Trust you. Don't fuck us.
I already told him about Lady Gracie. If it makes you feel better.
I understand, but what we're about to tell him is completely different than him just knowing that we know Lady Gracie.
How can we know we can trust you?
I want some of those daggers.
That's not proof of trust. Sit back, Zuck.
Well, what is your end game plan for being here?
To rectify these problems. To fix this town. It's gone to shambles.
All of you?
The
We're-
end goal is the same.
We're here
The
for
result
Robin.
is the same. What we've come here to accomplish.
Slides a silver dagger to you.
Mhm.
Slides a silver dagger to you.
I appreciate
Unless
it.
there is something
I don't.
bigger that you'd like.
I don't really
If you
want
have
you guys.
things that
I
are
don't want you
bigger.
to arm them against me. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't worry, Kane.
For their own protection, if they are going to meet with your family, I believe.
help.
I'm not too sure which members of your
Can
family
I get a
are
silver stick?
false men, but
I believe my
About
mother
of
is
silver.
still sane.
A boast.
I hope, unless you know otherwise.
Wait, the
just
tongue?
from first glance. My uncle Dante, but he's missing. Unfortunate. But what we're about to tell you, the monastery, why it's shut down.
yes,
You already know by the looks of your grin.
I do.
Well, my family
Really
stole
knows
this
that.
artifact, and it is
Yeah,
corrupted.
that's sad. Raquel, I believe.
You seem to not believe that. I'm curious to
I
hear.
don't.
What's your?
I don't think an artifact such as the one from the monastery would possess any kind of corruption. But it could be an explanation of what maybe of. No, I don't see that. The
Ex-
monastery was a artifact of good and balance, and I doubt that would be corrupted, even combining with the blood of the.
The oracles.
Well, what do you think
Was
corrupted
the
them,
artifact
or is
wasn't
changing
corrupt?
them?
Your family was corrupt.
No, so the
my family
relic
wasn't
was-
corrupt.
yeah.
The relic was corrupting them
Yeah, that's what
because
the
they were
Oracle told
using
him.
it to gain more power or something like that.
That can be done with such an artifact. The balance that brings laser focus to the key of the monastery
Yeah.
could be used to make the blood more potent for your transformation.
Sorry. Yes, that sounds
Mhm.
more familiar
Mhm.
to what
I have my other theories, but
I
Like what?
please.
I believe it's something your father killed. A great wolf killed not 3 to 4 years ago, I believe.
What was this wolf's name?
I do not know the name of the wolf or what kind of creature, but it was larger than any lichen that I've ever seen. That's
Tyrell
Transformers.
Tyrell
That's what was
history?
hanging above that
Tyrell
fireplace.
history?
Yeah.
I'm guessing then kind of.
History or not?
Oh man, had to come to an end, eh?
An abrupt end.
What's a wolf?
It's
I thought it was a wereman.
so you got a 1 for history on what he's explaining. You've never heard anything of it, but he will go into explaining that it's It was some curse placed on a pregnant warg that made this foul creature. And I believe it was a bad omen when they killed it. It did kill several members of the order, but they were able to kill it. But something transpired. I have my suspicions that the Glite family and Zalaba family have tension between them, and I believe that maybe one of the members of the Glite may have cursed this beast that they killed, and it has cursed the whole family.
They did have something large hanging.
Oh, they
above
paraded it through the town, a coat
Did
of
they?
red, large maw to it, just
fuck
a
have we done?
gigantic
Fuck.
jaw to it,
Well, why would they?
yellowish eyes.
Why would they?
But
do
it was
there be
large.
Any reason for them to hang this as a trophy and then take it down?
I've not been inside the cathedral. I know they do have trophies in there, but for them to take it down is...
Lots. They're not too much of an animal lover family.
It's a lovely room of death. That's, yeah, kind of how you felt like walking into it, except it was all like bears, tigers, and...
Did feel that way.
Didn't like.
So I do not know if they've killed this beast, and by killing it, it cursed the family, or if there is something else at play here. I just continue doing my tradings, and Zalimers have not really interfered with me until 2 weeks ago.
Who could we talk to gain?
You are the best bet for this. You have access to the cathedral. You are family of them. They seem to trust you with this task of silver weapons.
Do you think the Grand Master would have any ideas? I'm not sure if I'd be welcome home, but
If they're still in the monastery, I know they closed it down, and from what I've heard, majority of them have left. There's only, I believe, the caretaker who's left there, and maybe one Grand Master.
Maybe worth checking out.
It is not too far off. It's only about a day's travel from here, 2 days.
What do you think, Kane? We're following your lead here.
Just be known that leaving the town as quick as you came, they may follow you, they may not. Who knows? You
Well,
could be a problem.
Robin mustn't leave.
There's no way I can leave at this point. They will never let me leave. Unless this problem is rectified.
Let us hope.
I'm gonna need a little bit more silver weapons. They're not gonna believe that 3 weapons is all you had. I apologize.
Well, I have the 4 swords
No.
laid out in the axe, and...
I imagine this is probably like...
Alright, fuck it.
Quarter.
Follow me.
I don't want all of them.
He walks through the back door that looks like it goes to a staircase that turns.
Before I go down, I don't want to be able to tell the lie. It might be easier if I don't know how many you actually have, and you can tell me that it was all you had.
That is all I have.
A little
I understand what you're saying. You 3 follow me. He doesn't need to see this.
Yeah.
He walks you through, and it's wooden stairs that kind of go down. You can almost you can see underneath them that it leads to some cobblestone basement and such. But once it gets to a platform to go down some more steps, he stops right there, kind of tuck, pushes on something, and it slides open. And you walk into a cobblestone kind of hallway. Comes around the corner. There's a brazier in the middle of the room, and all along the walls are different sorts of weapons, except for one wall that is just gleaming off the light of silver weapons that is stationary. You see some arrows, you see a couple axes. I could give you the approximate of what it has, but it looks like quite a stash.
So business has been good.
Well, before Bronzebeard had his suspicions that they were closing in on him, he made me take his last shipment that he made before he started smelting them down. I'm surprised do any of you have silver coins on you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on to them. Do not trade with them, anybody in the town. If you have silver, they will confiscate it from you.
Good to know.
Damn it. I don't want to look around for some bolts. I'm going to take some bolts and kind of put them in with my other bolts. And then look.
I would
Okay,
do the
so
same.
there's a
Like I just-
total of 10 bolts there.
I'll give you 5.
We'll take. We'll split
And they
them
have
up.
silver tips on the
Yeah.
top.
I'm just gonna hide them with my other ones.
I'm gonna go on to Kane. Would I be able to communicate with Kane and try and get a hold of Kane? Kane?
Yeah, Kane, you can hear the doors open and there's no...
Kane,
Yes.
how much do we take? How much would it take to believe that we've taken all their weapons?
I can only carry so
I
much.
don't know how many is down there. I don't want to know.
All I want to
But
know
it
is
has to look like we took the majority of the
Well,
stash.
if I have people on the inside now,
The majority of the stash.
we will take 3/4 of this stash.
Yes.
fair enough.
I will hide the rest. It is quite a load to go through. I will tell the guardsmen to start loading them up, and
If
they will
you
bring them
need
to the
to-
Whispering Forge to be smelted down.
Is there
I will
any-
keep enough here for myself and maybe a few others that I trust in town.
Elkin, I don't know if you remember Ricardo.
I do. Quiet fellow. Doesn't say too much.
Then that's why I love him. I don't need to trust anyone in
That
the
is
guard.
why I love him too.
Yeah, okay. That I don't need to tell you what I'm about
We
to
looked
tell you.
after you while you were growing up. It's okay.
He's still...
So,
He got promoted.
He's a good guy.
He is.
is there anybody else in the city who is as trustworthy as you, Helkin? Are you
Not at this point.
Already
Ricardo,
asked.
who he has spoken to, but
definitely not the Forge Smith?
My sister.
I have
My youngest
suspicions with him. The only person who knew that was siphoning weapons was him. That was the only other person who knows, so I have a feeling that he has been compromised.
All right.
I'm sorry about this, Elkin, but you'll see.
If there's a long sword or something like that, I'm just gonna take it. If they have long swords or
Yeah, there would be at least one long sword
Yeah.
for you.
I don't want any like big weapons.
Yeah, just your bolts.
Just
There is a long
Silver
sword.
brass knuckles.
Unfortunately, I do not have any of those.
Nice.
But it is something I'd
hold
like
some
to be
silver.
made.
Pen to the Whispering Forge.
Yeah.
I'd like. Well,
They might have some at your
Do you have any
the
silver
monastery.
coins?
just keep
Caltrops.
it between your knuckles.
It looks like a mishmash. There's
Yeah,
like
I
not a
know.
full collection. It's just what they
I
could
wanna
get
make
out of
some.
there before last time. But there's still quite a bit of weapons. But it would take a wagon load to bring them back, pretty much, to take 3/4 of it.
Should get a
I'll wait for
wagon.
Elkin to come up the stairs.
Yeah, he's up the stairs.
I'd punch him right in the face.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, but I need to leave the appearance that you didn't come easy. You'll look better on Tony.
Just done it to myself. Fuck.
Punch him in the face again.
Oh, Jesus. So
Easy,
yeah, as you
easy.
beat Helkin, give him some bruises to
Yeah.
make it look real.
Just to make it look more real, I punch Kane in the face.
I'm just gonna take a step back.
Try
I
it.
don't wanna get
Yeah,
in the
you
middle.
can do a dodge action there, or a
Ooh.
Okay.
just
roll
roll
it,
your
roll
strength
it.
there, or roll a.
Plus dex.
Finish him. No.
Oh, that's 15.
All right, so you hit, and Kane's new fast-like reflexes kind of blocks it out of the way.
Bites your
All right.
hand.
Thought it was fair. I'm sorry. That's for
So-
I mean, there's 4 of us. There's no way he would have hit me.
Yeah, he still thinks that, yeah, he's like, my precautions are in place. They should not question me if you bring especially this load with them. We should be fine.
we appreciate your
Thank you, Elkin.
trust.
Just careful who you talk to. And,
Do you have any spare wolfsbane?
yeah, I do have a bit, but it's getting quite hard to come by. That, and especially fresh milk and a few other things, holy symbols, are getting taken out of this town. And poor Scruff, he can't even make any of his famous muffins anymore because he has to use day-old milk. But I have a bit. I can give you probably 4 uses. So you light it and it burns
Scruff.
for about 6 hours.
Scruff McGuff. Did you say there was some wolfbane that was burning in the room that I was in? There is no wolfbane
No,
burning.
they're just where they used to burn them. It's like, it looks like
Zuck, do not get wolfbane and have it on your person
Why?
because
there is a
They will
smell. There
smell
is
it.
a smell to it. When you light it, it becomes more pungent.
Oh,
They
but
will
even just
know you
naturally,
have-
there's a smell.
It's
I
dank.
sense the smell.
So that's
Don't
yeah. Kane's
have
giving
it
you a
on
heads up. That's like they can smell really good. Sorry, they smell well. Them.
Okay. Would there be a small enough dosage that I could conceal that, like, if I could shove it in a vial? Or
You can certainly try. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
but that low dose is nice. That's right.
It is a pungent plant.
Okay. Okay.
There's an aroma to it. It's like packing
She
Yeah, no.
She dang. Yeah, she dang.
If we're gonna stay around here and start doing some snooping, perhaps it's not the best if I
I
carry this on me.
will head back to the cathedral
Okay.
after we get the shipment.
All right.
No.
So the Halkin would get you guys to wave down some of the guards that are at the tower. He has a wagon there, and he'll let you guys pull the load
Yeah.
to the cathedral.
Mhm.
And we will. Sorry, anything else really quick there? No, everyone's
I
good.
think
good.
Raquel's gonna make the trip to the monastery.
Always
Might
something.
By
not
himself?
might not go with you guys, but
Okay.
you guys stay in town. You know, make it not.
Yes.
Rick-
That's a
That's
good idea.
fair.
Raquel
that's a good
fucks
idea.
off, and that's just Raquel being
Take care.
Raquel.
Yeah.
Take care of Raquel.
Should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I
We'll end it
must
there.
head back. I will see if I can find anything of note.
Thank you very much for joining us
Please
there.
don't
Hope
get
you
into
had
too much
fun
trouble.
watching. Once again, I was using Sirenscape for the sound here. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Give us a check out on YouTube, like
again.
and subscribe. And
I'm not
yeah.
ready for this. There's gonna be a
Other
twist.
than that,
Things are getting wild.
you know, man, like no matter how much bad things happen in life, just always smile, man. Life's too short.
Yeah, Colin.
Be excellent to everyone, and always, if you're backing out, look in your
Use your
rearview
mirror.
mirror and
Use
don't
your
go into an. Not me. This is advice for someone else who's never mind. Anyways, hope you all had fun. Yeah. Till next time. See you next Tuesday.
Take it
See you
easy.
guys.
Have a good one.
Peace.